Welcome back to 1010's podcast. My name is Michael Beck with Adam Nielsen and Robbie Veerhout. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty good.
I'm going to apologize to everybody in advance because spring has sprung here, and so my allergies are flaring up, and I'm certainly going to cough at least twice in this show.
We've been through this before. This is when we talked about Zyrtec, I think, or Claritin. Sponsored.
Yeah.
I mean, they sponsor a NASCAR, I think, still.
I wonder if they want to sponsor a 1984 Dodge Omni.
They might. If you did the whole, a Omni in Claritin livery would be literally the funniest thing of all time.
I'm an Allegra fan.
We'll talk to Allegra.
And Mucinex. I believe in Mucinex.
You could be a product
firmly.
ambassador. You could get that. Don't they have like a mucus monster thing?
Yeah.
You could get that on your hood.
Mucinex does.
That'd be awesome. Instead of like the Rat Fink, you'd have the Mucinex guy.
That'd be sweet.
We could start a whole nother division for Mucinex ad campaigns. Motorsport.
Actually, like a Rat Fink style car with a Mucinex monster in it would be the sweetest
that
logo
would be
ever.
hilarious.
I'd be so into that. With a like shifter up above his head, sticking like 6 feet out of the car. Super into it.
If you're a graphic designer, please shoot that.
Send that over to Adam.
I would make that as a shirt tomorrow.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to send it over to Mucinex and say, hey, listen, I got a plan for you guys.
No, there's our cough.
There it is. I'm going to do my best to like push the mic away. And Michael's usually good with his
It's too far away,
sliders
and I'm
stuff.
feeling especially lazy.
It is late in the week.
It is like, it is. We're doing this on a Thursday. We really sucked it. Like,
This morning felt like the most hardcore Friday of all time, too.
oh, actually, speaking of allergies, as I get older, my allergies get worse, and mainly for me, it's just like a sinus headache. So today was not a day that I wanted to do. I was like, let's just go back to bed.
My dad, as he has aged, his allergies have gotten better. And it seems
What
that...
witchcraft is that?
I don't know. And it seems that that everything that he has health-wise, I have. So it gives me something to look forward to.
You're going to get more healthy?
Yeah.
We're just
My
making
allergies
fun of
will
you
get
for your
better.
eyesight. Does that mean your eyesight's going to get better as you get
No,
older?
because my dad's as blind as they come as well.
I'm not seeing him squint at his phone quite like.
Not like you
It's
do.
because he has glasses and he actually wears them.
Oh, does he have
He's a smart
glasses?
man, that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't see his glasses.
He'll hold the phone like full arm's length and then squint at it.
That's how you know you're old, when you do the thing where you do the full arm length, but then you also tilt your head back just a little bit. What? Oh, okay. And
that's my dad.
it's a text from Cheryl. Oh, okay.
He listens to this every week, so I'm for sure going to
She's
get
planting
a phone call.
petunias, and she was curious if we wanted any bulbs. That's shit you do when you get to be that age.
That was oddly specific.
That's the shit you talk about when you get old. It's like bulbs.
You can tell he lives in a place that has like an HOA type of thing to cancel.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Cheryl was just here earlier this week. She said the weather was going to be lovely, and I should consider, perennials. But
it is going to be lovely. I'm excited about it. We have a show on Sunday, and it's going to be beautiful.
I can't wait.
It's supposed to be 75 degrees and sunny.
I'm pumped.
It could be 43 degrees on Monday, though.
Speaking of, we got to be there by 11:30, Robbie.
I'll be there.
Not that this matters to anybody
Nobody
who's
cares.
listening to this.
In fact, we'll be there as they're listening to
It's
this.
true. Hopefully.
Are you bringing a co-pilot with you?
I don't
Do you know, Robbie?
I don't
okay.
know.
If
She
you're
might.
not, let me know.
$5 per car.
Whatever, it's
Just
Didn't we pay that
It's for a
already?
good cause, I think.
no, I haven't paid anything.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever.
Because we had a booth, but
We do have a booth.
this is internal.
We're not gonna have
workings.
anything in it.
This is shit we could work out on that message thread that we have.
No, we need to work it out now for everybody.
That's what happened. We've been quiet
Just
lately.
all of our business we can just air out on the
Yeah.
on the podcast and just do everything.
Michael actually messaged me the other day and asked, like, what's wrong? You've been quiet. I'm like, no, I'm just the third week long training in 6 weeks.
Ugh.
It's a lot. That's too much
That's
training.
too
Could
much
they
training.
space that out just a little bit?
It's been every other week for the last 6 weeks. Because I was in California for a week.
Yep.
So it was 6 days of training, 5 days of training this week. 6 weeks ago was another week of training. And then they wonder why I'm such an asshole at work.
That's 2 more weeks of training than I've gotten 7 years of working at the place I'm at. So
You're lucky.
That's not. I don't know about that. That's not an ideal scenario for
a specialized trade.
empowering your employees to with knowledge.
I don't want to get into that.
That's a whole other deal. Adam said he had something he wanted to piss us off with.
I do.
off the
So
show.
we talked about the terrible condition and state of our roads last week.
We did.
And we talked, I think we talked a little bit about the fact that there seems to be some construction going on between here and Ames on Interstate 35.
I did not know that.
I don't know if we talked about it or not, but they've been doing a little bit of work here and there and clearly are up to something. They talked about it on the news last night. They're adding a third lane in both directions.
That makes sense.
They plan on it taking a decade.
A decade.
10 years
For 30 miles of road?
to add one lane in both directions.
That's too long.
That's way too long.
It's too long. And
I
this is
got
why,
9 months to build an entire building.
and this is why we can't fix the roads we have, is because everything takes too goddamn long.
10 years, 30 miles? That's insane.
Because they got to like widen all the overpasses
Yeah, I get
and move all the exits and all that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
But the rest areas that we built a year and a half ago,
Are those coming out?
they're going to have to change them.
That's ridiculous.
I think they're far enough away from the road that they won't have to like just destroy them, but
The
the entries
entrances
and
will change.
exits will have to change.
And all their bridges will change. Yeah.
That's
They
insane.
had to have known that when they were, let's put up a rest stop, and then a year and a half later they're
Well, I know a lot of-
widening that. They had to know that was coming.
I know with Iowa State football games, I know a lot of people complain because it does get backed
Oh,
up.
it is
It's terrible.
miserable.
And then maybe they'll redo that exit into Ames onto 30. That's the
They're
worst
already
exit ever.
they're already like seriously into revamping that exchange,
Good.
which
It's the
I
most
think might
dangerous
be the
exchange.
single most dangerous exchange in the state.
And then to make it worse, they added a bunch of lights around it, like art shit. That'll help.
Yeah.
Distractions.
Yeah, those are good.
What is the deal with the giant robot penises that they put on that road?
To distract you from the terrible exit.
From the accident you're about to have?
Yeah,
They're
so you don't
literally
see it coming.
they're literally weren't they like $1 million or something?
Oh, I'm sure they were at least that.
They're literally just lighted tower things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they got like some
4
opaque
stories
glass,
tall.
and they rotate through colors.
They got some lights in it. Whoever made those made a killing.
But they're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's not like you can see them from any specific place in town.
Nah, just right off the exit.
They're out by themselves.
I totally forgot that they made those because I don't live there anymore. Now I'm upset about it again.
So for the next 10 years, going to Ames is going to be miserable.
Awesome.
Yep.
Let's not go there.
Thanks.
Move out if you need to.
I have to drive here every week. At
Just
least
skip it.
once.
Is there a county road? Surely you know of a county road
Oh,
of all people.
I do.
Isn't there like a direct route from here to Boone? What's
I
that?
hate
Like
you,
Highway
Robbie.
60?
It's
We are on the west
69
side. You can just go
number one,
straight south, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
but- No, you guys are dicks.
Before we move on, don't forget to go to all of our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out the YouTube channel. We got a few more subscribers, but I would suggest you subscribe for reasons.
Cool
Hint,
things
hint.
For reasons.
could happen someday.
Can't. I don't know. How do I make this more clear? It was in the description for the last show.
It
like
was.
You should fucking go to the
It
YouTube
was,
channel.
and we picked up a few.
Okay.
So, kudos.
Just saying. You should check that out. What else do we need to look at?
The store. Did you mention the store?
You should go to the store. It's getting nice out. Robbie's got some tanks on there. He's got
Everybody needs tanks.
drift
Guns out,
style-
guns out.
drift style tank for your next drift event in rad colors because Rad did come
they're-
back.
they're
I
super
see
rad.
Like 40 times a day now.
I
So
know
it
it
is
makes
back.
me really sad because now
It was
it's
your
not.
thing, and now
I
it's
have to stop saying
80s Adam.
I want to be the hipster of rad.
80s Adam had it nailed down. He's been saying it as long as I've known him, and now you can't say it because it was it's rad. I'm like, well, you've ruined it now.
Such is the life I live. I'm the trendsetter. Always been that way.
Yeah. Yep. We laugh now.
I
but
can't
like,
even say that without laughing.
Those hefty Hanes shirts, you know, the
They'll
real
come
thick ones,
back.
they're going to come back
Oh,
around.
so
and he's gonna be
good.
like, told you guys.
You and your
This is
stupid
where-
tight-fitting shirt.
This is stupid.
Shirts that
Armpits hurt.
Oh God. I was giving away my work shirts today because the new ones we got are that way. I won't wear them.
So you're just going to wear the same old work shirt?
Yep.
That's
Until
And
they
when
buy
those-
you $5 Hanes shirts.
Yes. And I'm not the only one who was mad about it because, fun fact, most cable TV guys don't have athletic fit bodies. I'm just saying.
That makes sense.
You know, and not only that, but like you guys are actually working for a living, so
Yeah.
like you're climbing on shit and
Yeah.
stuff gets snagged. Those stretchy shirts they snag like that, and then
Yeah.
they're done. That's not a good move. I know, and they're more expensive.
It was like buying us. They bought us light gray sweatshirts last year. That wasn't a very.
That's
good,
not a good
that
move
wasn't a
either.
good
Those
move
were
either.
immediately dirty.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That's what happens when like people that work in the office order stuff for the field. That's exactly what happens.
without conferring with us
Right.
first.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
So,
that's it for social media stuff. Check that stuff out. Subscribe to YouTube. What do you want to do now?
We could talk about project updates. We got
Okay.
a little something going on.
I got a couple.
Yeah. What'd you do?
So the wheels fit on the Omni with the
Nice.
tires on them perfectly.
That's awesome.
Was there any question of
It was-
whether it was going to fit, or you were?
Yeah,
Well,
I was probably just nervous from last time.
I was just
got you.
nervous, like I
It's like
wasn't.
I thought you had done a lot of research.
I
and
did.
stuff. Yeah.
I did a lot of, but there's a lot of like digging through posts from 2004, on
Yeah.
forums, and
No, I'm
that's
with you.
just not really confidence inspiring.
In
Yeah.
theory, nothing should have changed.
Like
but-
when you're scrolling through posts and every picture is just a little square with a red X in it.
Yep.
That's when you know
I'm with
you've reached the back
And
end of the internet.
You'll
and
never find that guy again either. Like
No.
if you need, is
And
this
of course-
actually the offset?
He went through all this work and all these people talked to him about buying these wheels, but then he never updated that post when he bought them.
So did this work or not?
Dude, that has been my
And-
life with the RX-7.
And
It's like,
people lose their minds when you bring a post to the top.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
So I can't do it.
they get mad?
Yeah,
God.
if you're scrolling through a forum and there's a post that's like older than 6 months, and then you comment on it, hey, whatever happened to this? The
will lose
next
it.
comment will be within 10 minutes, and it'll say, hey, fuckface, why'd you comment on this? It's 6 months old.
But what really grinds my gears about that is that that's the same guy who will bitch at a new guy for not searching.
That's true. That's so
That
true.
I've seen.
We've covered this a million times. Use the search bar.
Yep.
Well, I did, and that guy didn't answer it. So now I've brought this to the top, so you can bitch at me about that instead.
Yeah. For sale threads are the same way.
This is
if
why
it's older than a
forums-
month.
This is why forums died.
That's true.
People being assholes. But now the problem is with Facebook is like if you post something, like I'm on the TBSS thread thing, and everybody talks about like one thing in particular, and it keeps coming up every 2 weeks, and then people are like, "Fuck!" It's like there's no way for him to.
You can't
Yeah, you
search.
can't.
You
well,
can,
you can.
now you can, but like
Oh.
it's. I don't.
It's
that-
not very
It's,
good.
it's not the
though.
same as a forum, though.
It's not very good to search.
No.
It's very clunky.
The information is not as thorough as a forum post.
Yeah. So anyway, the wheels and tires fit. They fit great. There's plenty of clearance. The car needs to come down a ways though, because now I look like I'm four wheeling.
We could talk to Spencer.
Which
Can you go?
well, so the coilovers are at as high as their adjustment will allow them to be.
Oh, we're going to drop that to the ground.
But so the problem is, I haven't looked at this yet. But with a McPherson strut suspension like that, the control arm that I have, it needs to be level and parallel to the ground, or a little bit at a downward angle towards the wheel. If it's at an upward angle towards the wheel, that will adversely affect handling.
Yes.
So I can only go as far down as that, that level mark, and I don't know where they're at currently
Oh.
because I set it off of I put a little Sharpie mark on each of the four fenders, like right about the middle of the wheel opening when I installed the coilovers, and then set the ride height based off of what it was before and just called it good. And I was going to let it settle and then revisit it, and I never revisited it because the car hasn't moved in 8 months.
Ah, that makes sense.
So now I need to revisit that, but I want to bring it down.
I get
Before
that.
I didn't have that adjustability.
Right.
Now I do. So,
That shouldn't be too bad, though. A little bit of
but
trial
when the
and error.
wheels don't stick out, when the wheel and tire package doesn't stick out like it used to,
It looks weird.
it just looks funny when there's that much fender gap.
Looks like it's on stilts.
Yeah. Like it was acceptable when the wheel stuck out an inch past the fender, and it kind of looked that aggressive,
It
ridiculous.
looked rad, but now it doesn't look rad.
now
it
it just looks
something
silly.
else.
It looks
yeah.
stock, and I can't
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
So she's got to come down if I can.
But that's good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Lower center of gravity.
I'm excited
There's nothing
about
wrong
it.
about that.
So got a new battery too.
Nice.
Did you use a fancy battery box?
No,
That's not
because I
supposed to
have to
kill people?
rerun the wire from the front of the car to do that. Because it can't. That battery box is bigger in bulk than my current one, and so it doesn't fit in the same spot. I have to move it, and in order to do that, I have to rerun the power wire to the front.
We somehow ended up with really fancy, like
Moroso battery
Moroso
box.
sealed battery boxes. We got 2 of them,
Nice.
and he
You took
got
one?
one. Yeah,
It was my child birth gift, whatever.
yeah.
they're
Let's go
called.
with that.
It
Nice.
was
He
to
got a
keep-
battery box for his child.
It was to
not
keep
to
my
keep
child-
the battery in there. No, it was to keep the battery in the box, not the baby in the box.
right to keep my child from dying from
Yeah,
battery
that's
fumes.
that's what it was.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
what
that
it
now.
was.
I remember
Yep.
that conversation.
Yep.
Well, I got
Yeah.
you a carbon fiber shift knob for your
It's true.
for your son's first
for
birthday.
my son's first birthday.
So I mean, I
And
get it.
he's played with it. He thinks it's awesome.
It is
So,
awesome.
Carbon fiber, all the things.
It doesn't match your shift pattern, but whatever. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. I think it's funnier that way, frankly.
Good. It'll really confuse people if they look at it like that's not a 5-speed.
No one can figure out how to get it into reversal. It is a 5-speed. 5-speed.
It is a 5-speed?
It's just that your reverse is over by 5th, and mine
Yeah.
is actually all the way left and up. And then it's got a reverse lockout.
Whatever.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. I know
You
where
got
it's
rid of
at.
those transmissions anyway, Robbie. So what do you care?
I did. He's supposed to pick them up Saturday, so
Robbie sold his
my
two
transmissions.
transmissions.
So when I took the battery that I had, because I had to steal the battery from the Omni for the S10, like 7:30 in the morning one morning this winter when I was trying to get to work on time, which is why the Omni didn't have a battery. So I took the core that was in the S10 and brought it to Interstate. It was an Interstate battery, and that's just all I'll use because I love them. I think they're the greatest batteries you can buy. Brought that in, set it on the table. The girl behind the counter, she looks at it, check and see if it was still a warranty or whatever. And she goes, "Holy cow." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I've worked here 5 years. That's the oldest battery I've ever seen." And I was like, "Okay." She's like, "This was bought in 2004.
Jeez.
Wait, how old was this girl?
Probably not that old.
Mid-20s. She worked there for 5
Okay,
years.
so she was.
so-
Yeah, okay. Somebody saying, "Oh my God, 2004." That's such
But
a long time ago.
a battery from 2004. That's
You're
that's
right.
pretty impressive.
You're right. It is.
That it just died, 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
Finally given up the ghost. So I called my dad and I was like, "Where did you get this thing?" He thinks he pulled it out of his truck, but he's not even sure. It's just been around the place since, 04. So I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Buy Interstate. They last forever.
That's a long time.
Especially in these harsh winters and whatnot.
It is. We do have some nasty winters. A lot of temperature
impressive.
swings. Very hot as well.
Yeah, it's impressive. For like a regular lead acid battery. That's
You're right. Yeah, it's
that's
not
impressive.
like an Optima or anything crazy
It wasn't
like
anything
that.
fancy. It was just a standard lead acid cell battery.
Can they recore it, or what are they going to do? Just give you a new one? Do they take them back?
They have a
recycle
core.
them.
They have a core. If you don't bring a battery in, I think they charge you an extra like $10 or $15.
okay.
There's a core
Okay.
charge for the batteries.
That'll tell you something. You don't even know the last time I bought a battery.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Probably for the Volkswagen, but I don't. Did I take? Yeah, I did have a core actually. It did. Yeah, you're right. It
You
does.
just
have a
roll
core.
through cars often enough that you
You
don't
just
have
get
to,
rid of the battery, yeah, or the battery.
Well, that
or,
battery's starting to fail. I better buy a new car.
New car.
Actually, if you just end up with 20 batteries, they're around and you swap them into cars, and then when
That's
that
how-
car starts, you're like, oh, this is a good battery.
That's how you end up with a battery from 2004 when you bring it into the interstate.
Swap 'em
Is
around.
that there's 30 batteries at my dad's house and he just moves them independently of each other whenever.
Need
Well, this
be.
one's just like I forgot to
Yeah.
shut the key off in,
Yeah, yeah,
in
you
my
just
restoration project.
swap
just grab
them,
another one.
put
off
that
the
one on the
shelf.
tender, and just
Yeah.
David Freiberger from Hot Rod and Roadkill, his qualifier for whether or not a car runs is if you could get it started with one hand.
Okay.
So so if you get in an accident in the shop, you try to cut your thumb off, you got wrapped up, If you can get the car started with one hand, it runs. So you can tell,
Okay.
that's the qualifier.
Right.
So, if it doesn't have a battery in it or the battery's dead, you know what I mean? So, or if you just got to hook up the coil or something like that, that car technically runs according to David Freiberger.
Because you could
math.
do it with one hand.
Yeah, if you can get it on the.
You couldn't swap batteries with one hand.
Not well. It would take you way too long.
I bet he'd try though.
Well, I guess that sounds like a YouTube video.
Can you swap
Yeah.
a battery with one hand?
How far down the chain can we get before this is no longer a running car?
Well, yeah, how much can you fix with one hand? That's an
Yeah.
interesting. That might be a long YouTube video.
If we tape
That'd be a
our
frustrating
arm,
afternoon.
duct tape your hand, duct tape
To
your arm
yourself.
to your side,
yeah.
and just have at it.
These
How
are
many
the
times you
quality,
can end up underneath the car
These are the-
grabbing wrenches
this
that you
is the-
just dropped?
quality video content you can expect if you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We're still like very interested in JB welding a head to a motor.
If
So
somebody can find
that's
me,
gonna happen.
if somebody can find me a car that's in Des Moines with a blown head gasket for $400, I'll consider it.
yeah,
In Des Moines, don't send me something from Lawrence, Kansas. I'm not driving
No.
anywhere to get a car with a blown head gasket.
No.
It better be next door.
yeah.
That's all I'll say about that.
Yep.
I got one guy that said that he may have one. He's working on the head gasket. When it blows, he'll sell it to me for
yeah.
the right price. But
Perfect.
anyway,
So that's all I got. I think I'm going to drive the Omni to work tomorrow.
Nice.
Got the insurance on it this afternoon. Got it registered this afternoon because apparently I forgot to register it last year.
Whoops.
So I paid
Was that gross?
$100 for registration for 3 months because I have to re-register it again in June.
oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That penalty is not.
Well, and it has a custom plate
Ideal.
on it, so when
Oh, it's
that
even more.
expires, you have to pay for that plate again,
Oh,
which
so
is
you had
only
a 60
$25.
Oh, it's only 25.
That's
Yeah.
not the end of the world, but yeah.
So it cost me $98 to insure that car, when it should only cost me $55.
Whoopsie daisies.
Or not insure, sorry,
Register.
register.
Yeah,
So
happens.
won't do that twice.
How would you? Yeah,
I
you
just
forget
forgot
because you weren't
about
driving it.
Yeah,
you
was
weren't
just-
looking at it, and
Yeah.
No, I get it. I was late like a day one time, and it was like a 5% penalty. It's like, damn it,
Yeah, exactly.
my fault. I'm pissed.
Yep.
So the lady at the counter at the DMV laughed at my plate and then had another lady come and look at it because she thought it was so funny. Because I suppose for the listeners who don't know, my license plate says "Go like hell."
Now someone's gonna do something with your car.
I'm not worried about it.
DWA had that whole bit this week. Did you see that?
No.
They're on their Instagram. They said some dude was doing the dude thing, but he was covering two plates like this, and they're like, "What the fuck is this? Why?"
Why bother?
Yeah, that was their whole point. It's like, somebody please give me one valid reason for this.
That's hilarious.
I didn't really see any good
So,
reason.
dude,
So, dude, cover the plates with your pinky and your thumb.
that's impressive. I'm not even mad about that one.
He was doing one
I'll
of
give him a
these.
credit for that one, though. That's good. That's impressive.
Yeah, I think they laughed at that, but then they're like, come on, like, what's the point?
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, your car's going to get on someone's thing, radar.
fine. Bring it.
You're on a list somewhere now.
It's all right. You got to figure out how to start it because it's a whole process. So
Yep.
Anyway, what else, Robbie?
I guess I got a little update. My speedometer works. I was able to figure out that. Basically, I just went around all the wiring, and I don't know where they were pulling the signal from for the speed sensor, because it's supposed to come from the ECU pin 50. There was nothing coming out of my ECU at pin 50, so I just put a wire in there and ran that to my box, and then ran that to the speedometer, and now it works.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The speedometer works, fans work, slicks are mounted, suspension is aligned. And the shakiness that it had at 65, that's gone. First time ever since owning that car. So
Really?
What's that about?
I don't know. It was always kind of shaky at 65, and I could feel it in the steering wheel. And then now I brought it and got it aligned, and now it's completely gone. So I don't know if it's
Weird.
That's
Maybe they
weird because you got a good alignment.
I did. I've had
Last time.
multiple good alignments. So I don't know what that was all about. And then I pissed off Michael, and now he hates me.
He did a burnout in front of my cop neighbor's house. I think this week.
But he won.
I did.
That's
he
what
did. He did
matters.
win. Yep.
I showed up the other day in the middle of the rain because I brought it in to get an alignment. And of course, every time I've driven the car this year, it's rained. So I went out in front of your house, took a picture. Then I did my first ever standing burnout, and then I left
There's no marks though, so I don't
because it
think-
was raining.
I
And
don't think you technically did a burnout.
I'll come
Doesn't
back.
a burnout have to have smoke?
I'll come back. Don't tempt me.
Doesn't a burnout have
That
to have
cop can
smoke
be
though?
damned.
Technically,
No, for a person that yelled at me like 20 minutes ago for doing a burnout in front of your house, you cannot do that.
I know it's because after we're done here, I'm going to go knock on his door and
See?
say, "Hey, if you see a silver car over here doing
Big
anything
wing. It's
suspicious,
real hard to miss.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. You just
It's actually not that loud
just take
anymore.
him to jail. Actually, just take him to jail.
Straight to jail. The car is definitely not legal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no cats. There's no. I mean, I could give you a list. Just
That
let me
motor
know.
did
When,
not come in that car.
when you see him, just let me know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
it's an illegal import.
It's an illegal import car. Yep. Yep. Definitely.
But besides the tune, I'm ready to go. And then my tune is scheduled, but the earliest I could get to Sioux Falls and fit into their schedules the weekend of the May 19 for the SCCS race.
awesome.
So I'll be there tuning Friday, racing Saturday. I'll be there.
Oh man, that means I'm gonna have to probably go to that race.
So,
Cool.
I don't have any update. I had to take stuff apart.
yeah.
I made a
You
tube.
got,
Yeah,
got some
headers-
headers
I got a
hanging
tube.
out in the room
I
there.
had to take my old headers off. They would have worked probably, but I just didn't feel like dealing with all the exhaust fabrication that would have had to have happened. Because on the LT1, it's common for the driver's side header to have a Y pipe connected to it that goes around the front of the oil pan and then Ys into the other header and then goes back towards the back of the car, which is kind of goofy. And if you don't have that Y pipe, which I did not, you're going to have somebody fabricate one, and I figured that would cost a fortune. So found another set of JBA headers, and it had a Y pipe with it, so I'm going to see if those work. And if the header should work, but even if that Y pipe doesn't fit, I think I've got an exhaust setup that's going to work.
So, Robbie, I got a question for you.
Yes.
The headers in your car,
Yes.
specific to your car and the
chassis.
LS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
It's for LS and a 240 SS.
But nobody makes that for you. No one makes no one makes an RX-7 header with an LT swap.
Somebody may have.
That's not a thing.
A few years ago.
It's amazing to me. Can't believe there's not a market for that.
There should be.
It's a very inexpensive swap to do.
Yeah. Everybody should do it.
Shit talker from a dude that like can't find any parts from his car.
Yeah, that's why it's actually been going through my head that maybe it's time for that car to move downriver. So,
oh shit! Oh, this is a guy that said never sell it.
I will definitely keep it through this season, but I don't. We'll see.
You could probably get more money for it than what you bought it for.
Oh, I'm certain I can get more money than what I bought it for. I don't know if I can get all of my money back.
Yeah,
with the suspension and stuff that I've put on it since, but I can certainly get more than, or I can get damn near all the way there for sure.
That'd be awesome.
But I don't know.
That's coming out ahead on a race car.
Yeah, it is.
If you can get your money, you can put your original purchase price out of it.
If you don't include consumables like tires and oil and stuff like that, I have less than $5,000 in that car. And I wouldn't be surprised if I could put it on like a forum or one of those Facebook pages that I'm a part of for $5,000 and probably sell it for $4,000 and not be mad about it.
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Especially if you include whatever you got left for wheels and tires.
Yeah.
Just throw all that shit in the back.
I could probably sell the blower for another $5,000 to $8,000. So
yeah, I think so. It's pretty rare. It's a cool piece.
I am not saying I am selling it.
Yeah, so if you want Adam's Omni, message us on our Facebook page.
It's kind of been roaming through my head that maybe it's time to find something that's a little more
V80.
No.
Join the club. This is the new.
This is the swap club.
This is
no.
Join the cult.
No, you got to put the dart motor in the Omni. Remember, you got to do that deal.
Well, there's a good chance that the other vehicle I own will probably become the race car, and I'll probably buy a daily.
Oh, that makes sense.
But it's still not going to get a V8.
You should get a V8.
You should put a dart motor in the front wheel drive swap, yo.
No, I'm definitely not going to front wheel drive.
You nerds don't even know about this. Why do you have all those hats over there, Robbie?
Well, we're going to play a game tonight.
What do you got for a game?
All right, so have you guys ever played Would You Rather?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory on the name.
Okay,
go ahead and explain it.
I have two
anyway.
hats. One hat has scenarios where you go, would you do this or do this?
So you draw two, right?
Yeah. Well, this one you draw one. This one they're random. They're just fucked up scenarios, and then I'll draw two, and then you tell me which one you would rather do.
So we all brought our own scenarios. Nobody else has seen the other person or the other twos.
Nope.
I brought a couple of nice ones, and then was promptly told to just throw those in the trash.
Don't bother, because if they're random.
Negative Nielsen here was trying to be positive.
He's trying
Nielsen,
to bring
it
it
up.
was shut down immediately.
You need to be your typecast and not try to
you bring that
color outside the
positivity in.
lines.
My bad.
Yeah, you leave that shit at the door.
So this was my idea. If it's supposed to be funny.
This is Robbie's fault. If
so
this fails.
if this crashes and burns and you think it's the dumbest thing ever, I apologize. We won't do it again. If you do like it, feel free to message us with some more scenarios, and we'll do it round 2.
Do we steal this from the Jason Ellis show as well?
Probably at some
I don't
level,
know if they've ever done have Would You Rather. I know that.
I'm glad we're not doing Never Have I Ever.
That's because I don't know if we could do it without really going to places I don't want to go.
That's straight, just sexual. Anytime
every
you try
time.
to
It's
play that
super
game,
weird, for
it
sure.
just gets
Never have
super
I
weird.
ever something really gross.
That's gonna get really awkward with 3 guys.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't wanna do that.
It's
Yeah.
recorded and it's out there on the internet. It's not an ideal scenario.
No.
Well, we get this started.
Let's get it
safe.
started. So
Well,
Robbie's just going to read them. Well, I suppose I'll read yours because I don't want you to read yours.
This is fine.
But then you can read Michael and I's. How about that?
We'll start with you, Adam.
Okay. So what am I getting? Am I getting a
Double?
double or a single?
I was going to go double.
You
All right,
tell
we're going
me.
double.
Is
So
it
what
just?
happens-
It's just Adam doing this, right?
Yep. This is just my.
Can we
you can
discuss
maybe
it or
throw
do
in
a
some color commentary.
Color commentary.
All right. Kind
Rob.
of mad that I pulled this one first. Would you rather own a fully built SR20 or a bone stock 1.8T?
So this is mine. And my whole idea behind this was that Robbie had talked about how if you get an SR20 and you leave it alone, it's perfectly reliable.
It's a great engine.
And I've said before that if you buy a 1.8T and drop like $2,000 into fixing all the bullshit that came from the factory in it, it's probably a pretty good motor. So you have the options of a fully built one that you're going to have to maintain,
Which is a real pain in the dick.
or a bone stock 1.8T that you're going to have to
Also a
maintain.
pain in the dick.
See, this is the right idea because this is a terrible situations for 2 people.
Let me ask questions for Adam. Does the SR20 run?
Well, yeah.
Maybe.
I think that
He said maybe.
At the moment.
It does right now, but tomorrow it's anybody's guess.
Who knows?
But that's also
Which is
true
the
for
same risk
Volkswagen.
you take when you put the key in your Volkswagen or Audi product.
Yep. All right, just making sure we didn't want to have to
So-
get the SR20 started because that's a whole other deal.
It might not ever start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Once it stops starting, it might not ever start again.
Exactly.
Same with the
Once it
1.8T.
stops starting, it stops starting for good.
For good.
There's no more starting.
No.
It's just stopped.
It's done.
Yeah.
Damn it. I don't know what to choose. This is my own thing, and I don't even have a good answer for it. But I think that my allegiances are going to win here, and I have to choose the 1.8T.
Ugh. That sucks.
I have to agree with him because I feel like you could continue to fix the 1.8T, with parts from Rock Auto. The SR20, who
it's
the fuck
going
knows?
to nickel and dime me forever.
Yeah.
But at least I can get those parts from Rock Auto at a slightly lower rate than shop time for an SR20.
Yeah, we don't know what's in that SR20
And
for sure.
in theory, you could go to a factory service manual and just put it back together. With the SR20, I'll tell
don't
you
know.
firsthand,
But
you
I'll
have
be-
no frickin' clue.
I just as well invest in a large supply of ignition coils and MAF sensors and vacuum hoses because I'm going to be replacing a lot of that crap.
O2 sensors,
Yeah, I never had to do that myself, but yeah.
fan relays, apparently,
Timing belts,
timing belts.
all the timing belts and tensioners.
There's some other stuff too.
I lost a fuel pump once. Lost a slave cylinder twice
More interesting
for my transmission.
for no reason.
No.
It should not happen.
Well, what really sucked, that one ate a week of my life. My clutch just went away. We were able to troubleshoot it to the point where we knew that it was the hydraulic system and not the clutch itself, which was pretty straightforward. Did some research. Everyone seemed to be on the general consensus that 9 times out of 10 it's the master cylinder that fails. On the 5-speed transmission, the master cylinder is 2 bolts on the top of the bell housing. Pop, pop, moving on. On the 6-speed transmission, which is the same case, it's part of this throwout bearing. So you got to drop the tranny. So Josh and I did that in a friend of mine's unheated garage in the middle of an Iowa winter, just to find out it was the slave cylinder instead.
That sucks.
And then 3 months later, I lost clutch again and decided that slave cylinder was real easy to replace. Let's try that first.
Perfect.
It turned out that it was that the second time, and I bought a lifetime warranted one this time.
Good call.
So,
All right.
What's
but
the next
1.8T for life, I guess.
Yeah, I shouldn't say SR20, but that's what I would do. All right, Michael, you choose 2 randoms.
I want to see what's in the individual hat.
2
You know what I
randoms.
mean?
All
2
right.
randoms, yeah.
All right. I got 2 right here. Would you?
Is that one of mine? That's not one
No,
of mine, is it?
these
Okay.
are- I think these are
just
mine.
making sure
All right.
because it looks skinny.
Would you rather let the guys from Pimp My Ride control your next build,
Okay.
or
Yes.
He just throws it at me.
have a video of you crash and go viral, like a Mustang leaving a Cars or Coffee?
Oh, for sure. Pimp my ride.
You'd
Do
rather
I get to meet Exhibit?
No, he's done.
Oh, so West Coast
it's
Customs is
just,
doing
yeah,
it?
it's just the guys from Gas now.
No, it's called. Isn't it called West Coast?
No,
Customs?
it's
called
gas.
But is it?
Gallopin Auto Sports.
Yeah, but isn't the one dude Ryan?
Not
Still
a
at
clue.
what-
Not a clue.
I think he's still West Coast Customs.
Could very easily be.
But is Mike at Gas there?
Yeah, everyone from Pimp
Oh well, yeah,
Pimp My
I'm
Ride.
down. I'm down with Mike. Mike's cool.
All right, so it's
The stereo dude. Yeah, I'm down with that for
All
sure.
right, so he's having the
'Cause
right style car.
I feel like you could, you could probably make fun of yourself if you had a Pimp My Ride mobile. You know what I mean? And
suppose.
everybody could have a good laugh. You crashing into somebody in a crowd is not a good.
I don't know. I don't know if
See,
my
I
ego
think-
could handle a viral video.
I think I'd go the other way because can you name any of the drivers from those viral videos?
Yeah, but we're on a podcast. People know us.
Yeah, but I don't have to claim that I crashed my car.
Yeah, but we'd talk about it on the podcast.
That's
So everyone would
definitely
know.
true. That's a good point.
We'd post that
You
video
got a
every
good
week.
point. Yeah, I would never be able to keep that secret with you assholes. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
That is for sure.
Roberto, you gonna hand a hat
All right.
over? Or
All
something?
right.
Head over.
Adam, I want you to pick 2
Pick
singles.
2. All right. Oh, that one's mine because I colored them orange because that's what Robbie told me to do earlier this week.
Nobody followed any of the
Nobody
instructions.
followed any of the instructions.
Including me.
Oh, these are both mine. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy Robbie got this one. Would you rather? Let me read this one first. Change your oil exactly every 500 miles or your engine would blow up.
Interesting.
Or-
Scenario? What's the next part?
Have a flock of pigeons shit on your car immediately after every cleaning.
I would rather change my oil every 500 miles than have to
Like
deal with.
on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're driving down the road, 500 miles, pull over, change oil.
I'm not ashamed to say that I was that way with 3,000. Like even with like synthetic oils, I would 3,000 miles came around, changed my oil. I think that's why the RAV lasted so long. So
I hate
Probably
changing
didn't
oil.
hurt.
I hate changing oil.
So I could do the change the oil every 500 miles if I had to. It's the frustration of a bird shitting on my car, knowing that it's eating the paint and the clear, or eating the clear bit by bit. I can't do that.
Every time.
Every
Just
time,
a
yeah.
flock
I
of pigeons.
Yep, can't do it. No, I'd rather change oil and have a clean car.
I'm with Robbie.
I think I'd have the flock of pigeons.
That's because you don't clean your car.
It's because he lives in Boone and they don't have any paved roads there.
I despise changing oil.
He's used to dirty.
I do hate having oil on my hands. I admit that. I hate having greasy hands, so I wear gloves. But I change my oil all the time.
My 1.8 T is what ruined oil changing for me, so that's going to end poorly for me, I guess.
believe
But
that.
whatever.
All right, Adam. Single or double?
Let's do double this time. I had the single last time.
No. Oh, I got you. Two randoms, you mean?
Yes.
Sorry. All right. Would you rather watch your ex take a baseball bat to your ride for 1 minute without you being able to intervene,
Okay.
or daily drive a car with a welded differential?
That's the easiest thing I've ever heard.
Do I get to pick the X?
No, we get to pick the
Can I
ex.
pick my smallest ex?
Yeah, exactly. Because I have an ex who worked with horses, and she's pretty strong. I don't want her coming at it with a bat. But I got one who was like the tiniest girl on the planet, and I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Should have said sledgehammer. Anyways,
I think we're going to have to drive a welded diff.
Driving a welded diff is funny.
I'm kind of mad that these two got paired
I think
up.
it'd get but it'd get really, really
It'd get
obnoxious
frustrating.
like week 2.
Day 2. There's
Yeah, but
going around a corner screeching every time. Like you meet a cop
that noise.
or into a parking garage.
Parking garage would be terrible.
That'd be so loud.
Parking lot would be.
I only take like 4 corners from the time I leave my driveway to the time I pull into work, so it wouldn't be that bad for me.
It's only one road in Boone, so that's and it's gravel. And
Yeah,
it's gravel.
so
So
who cares if it's
see why
welded
you
dip?
picked that.
Yeah,
Nobody even gets this joke. I don't know why you guys keep coming back to it.
Scott lives in Boone too. He's gonna be pissed.
people look it up.
Can I have one of the ones that has both scenarios?
Both
on it, Robbie?
scenarios.
Oh, that's a big one. What is
is a
all
big
this
one.
mine, shit on there?
All right. Would you rather race with a helmet that's one size too big or one size too small?
I'm going with one size too small because that helmet that I bought was like really tight when I bought it, and I wondered for like a whole year. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have bought this size. But then it came around and it got it smashed down. Too big, like I would be afraid I'd turn into scrambled eggs if I got in an accident.
Yeah, even not getting an accident, it like droops down and you can't
see.
You're constantly pushing that helmet out of your line of sight.
I will say when it was too tight, like it felt like I was a fat kid in the elevator thing. You know what I mean? I felt like you forget about it. I forgot that my face was being smashed.
Yeah, you have like you get out and your face is all red.
Yeah. You forget about it when you're driving. Then you're like, I got to get out of this claustrophobic hell that I've been. But after about a year or two, it was good.
Yeah,
You'd have to shave before racing, though. I feel.
No, I don't think so. Because I think this right now, it would just kind of graze past it. If it's
This
like,
that everybody-
or sit there and pull
people
on it.
can see my. There's pictures of me somewhere. But if I had shaved like a day ago, that would be hell.
Yeah, just
Just
enough
a
to
little
catch
stubble.
Oh,
it
yeah,
would-
that's a good point. That's a good point.
yeah.
it. As I said, my motocross helmet was like the perfect size. It was almost like it was made for my head, and I thought it was like nothing was going to be better than that. And then I ordered the all black one, and I was convinced was half a size too small. But now I can't imagine driving with anything that's any looser than that. So I think a loose helmet would just drive me insane.
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess that was a little more obvious one than I thought. All right, you pick me two randoms.
All right. Excited. Oh, that's only one. I didn't want to grab 3, so I tried to only make sure I grabbed 1. All right, here we go. Robbie, would you rather drive coast to coast listening to the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy read by Kim Kardashian?
Oh, I had a Kim Kardashian one too, but I took it out because I couldn't think of the punchline. That's funny.
Or, that's miserable. Had her wrap an entire exhaust system without wearing a shirt or gloves.
This is the perfect pair. I couldn't have asked for a better pair.
It's City.
After wrapping my headers with long sleeves and gloves, I would rather listen to Kim Kardashian for however 20 hours than have to wrap an exhaust system like that again.
Yeah, am I cannonballing coast to coast, or am I just like driving?
I think if you were cannonballing, eventually you just say fuck it and you veer off
drive
into
into
a
the
tree.
ditch.
Yeah, so cannon.
She does that. She has
doing
the most-
100 is probably not a good look if you're listening to Kim Kardashian because you'll do yourself in. I think.
This will show how much of an old man I am in my existence. I'm not sure I've ever heard her speak.
Think of the most annoying voice ever.
That's what I
Think of
assume it is.
someone like punching a pigeon. The noise that would make. That's what her noise sounded.
It's really whiny.
Well,
I can't even come
that.
close.
I
It's
assumed
awful.
that.
Yeah, so you're getting whined at, listening to terrible writing.
Poorly written
Garbage.
I
Lady,
think I take the header rap.
lady
No,
books.
I can't. I'd be itchy for a week, and I couldn't. do that.
You're such a city boy. Oh my god.
I have a fiber optic sliver in my finger right now. I can't get out.
Header wrap itching is like it looked like I had a rash last time.
Isn't it just like insulation though? I mean,
It's fiberglass.
Yeah, it's
or
just like
titanium.
fiber, like crawling through.
you get to a point where
attic.
like you don't want it rubbed on the bottom of your arm, but like you could put it in without gloves on. You know what I mean? Like if you ever put in bad insulation with no gloves.
Well, I have
the
to
first
crawl,
time
I have to
is-
crawl through it semi-regularly.
So does it really
for work.
bother you anymore?
Nah, it's whatever.
Keyboard warrior over there. There's air conditioning.
Office guy.
Tell me how wrapping your headers goes next week. Then we'll talk.
I've done it before.
Tell me how this titanium wrap that I just gave you works out for you.
I will.
Okay.
We'll revisit that.
I may not because I got my new header. I may not wrap them.
You better wrap them. I gave you free titanium header
I'm gonna
wrap.
give it back to you if I don't use it.
Okay. You want some header wrap?
I don't know. I might.
Okay. Are you up, Mike?
Yeah. Whatever you're doing there is
Want
fine.
this
Whatever.
one? You want this one?
Yeah.
Just grab one.
All right. Would you rather be dirtbag poor and be able to race competitively anytime you want, or be rich enough to own any cars you wanted but couldn't drive them?
I actually thought for a second that was my question because my question is very similar to that in there somewhere. So I can't drive the cars at all.
No, like you don't have hands or something. I don't know.
That's like a whole nother part of that question.
Yeah,
though. There's no hands.
yeah.
You just like I can't find the keys to any of them. Maybe?
Yeah,
Like,
I
okay.
took all your keys.
Okay.
There you
For
go.
your
Robbie
entire
took my
life.
keys.
There you go.
I guess I'd rather be poor.
I would too.
It's more interesting.
Yeah.
Looking at stuff's not that interesting.
I already am poor, so it really wouldn't
Yeah.
change anything.
It just means you get a race
That
all
just
the
means
time.
I get a race all the time. It'd be great.
I assume that this race car that I have in this poor scenario is always working in this case.
No, that's why you're always poor. It's, it's an Audi
it's
or something.
it's a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
It's a VR6 GTI. Yeah, okay.
Oh God,
I'm still sticking with that
it
answer.
has to be a 1.8T for me. It's not a built SR, that's for sure.
Yeah, but then it'd never run.
That's true.
All right, I want more randoms.
Did I go? I don't think I went.
No, you went. It's his turn. It's
Is it?
Robbie's,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because Mike looks
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Everybody's gonna tell us we're wrong, but
That's fine. I don't
pretty
care.
It doesn't matter.
It's
Who
too
cares?
late
We're
after
having
the fact.
fun here. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
We're doing this for us.
They can be damned.
Hoping they're laughing.
Oh, nice. Daily drive a multi-carburetor setup with no choke circuit.
I mean, if it's below 50 degrees, you're
screwed.
pushing that car to work.
Or race for a team whose title sponsor is a company that you hate.
What's a company that Robbie hates? You think
Volkswagen.
you have to race for
Audi.
Volkswagen?
I race for Audi. Drive a carbureted setup or race for a team.
Multi-carb. I
Yeah, it's
really
not one
I
carb.
really drove that home.
A
Multi-carbureted
I wouldn't even-
and no choke circuit.
I wouldn't even know where to start with that thing.
There is no starting. That's the point. You don't start it.
That was one thing they
Exactly.
refused to teach us in automotive school. They're like, if you want to learn on your own because that's
We're
dead.
not doing this
That's
shit because
dead.
it's fucked up.
I'm assuming they're paying me well for this team. At least they're paying me enough to race.
It's
Doesn't
up to
say
it's up
these
to
things.
Adam. It's up to
Yeah,
Adam.
it's-
Yeah.
You're the judge on that one.
I'm gonna go with you can barely eke out a living. It's just enough for you to like pay minimal
But
bills.
you're a professional race car.
You're not doing anything
I'm a
else.
Formula One driver, but I'm getting $100,000 a year.
Less
not
than
even
that
50.
Then I'd be the lowest paid at Formula One, but I'd still be in Formula One.
for Audi.
So I'm
Mercedes
driving.
Benz's test drivers make triple what you
Yeah,
make
the guy that
as a
you give
driver.
your information to when you get off the track, he makes more money than you.
Okay, so I'm driving the Fleshlight Formula One car. Okay.
powered by Audi.
Actually, I don't hate.
What's wrong with flashlight?
Actually, I don't hate that. So let's talk about something else. I'm a whore, so I'll take the company that I hate for money.
Man,
Because I don't want to drive
for the fame. For the fame,
Yeah,
you're
for
not
the-
even taking it for
yeah.
the money.
I'd take the multi-carb setup.
That's because you already have that.
I know. I
I
have
don't-
to start my Omni 4 times after I've left the driveway between my house and work
You got to spray fuel in the.
because it dies.
carb
It dies
starter.
at each stop sign I come to, and then once I get out on the road and I get like driving down and get some heat in it, it's fine. But those first couple stop signs, it dies every time.
Yeah, that would frustrate me.
I'd be the professional race car driver for sure.
Yep.
It's kind of like being a sellout, but not selling out at the same time. It's kind of weird.
It's doing what you got to do to be a race car driver.
Yeah, that's being a sellout, I suppose.
Worth it. All right, Adam. Randoms?
Just give me something.
What, we got a few
Just
left
throw
over
'em
there.
at
What
me.
do we got?
got a handful left.
Okay, all right.
All right. Adam, would you rather have a Singer 911 that won't do more than 70 miles an hour or an FD RX-7 with no engine, but you can do anything you like to it?
I'll take the Singer.
Really?
I am
Yeah.
very, very, very surprised by that.
Really?
I want to be able
Over
to
an
drive.
No, you can do whatever you want to.
Whatever you want to
In
it.
this scenario,
This is a positive
I'll
one.
grant you the budget for the
Oh,
Singer.
so I get to put a motor in.
Oh yeah. You can, whatever you want to is you can do whatever you want. So you can either have
thought you
one of the
meant that-
most beautiful cars man has created, arguably. You can argue whatever you want to on it,
Okay.
or you can have a car that you're going to have to.
Okay, I
put
misunderstood
together.
that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that I was never going to be able to, like, I'd be Flintstoning this if it was going to move.
No, that
At
would, that would
first.
that would suck. Yeah,
So I will definitely take the FD, please.
I think so, too.
yeah.
I want to build my own car anyway. Like, that's just kind of the
Yeah.
way I am.
I understand.
That's part of my reasoning behind this thought of maybe selling the Omni is that
Build something new.
when I take it places, it's Bart's Omni, not my Omni.
There is a lot of
Oh.
Bart that goes with the Omni.
Yeah,
for sure.
So
I remember this car. Who are you? What's going on here?
yeah, I take it to Minneapolis and people know it. So
You know,
I think your cough is contagious.
sorry.
I'm good.
Give me the randoms. If
Two
you want,
randoms.
sir.
Oh, we actually have the even numbers, too. That's perfect. We have one more random after this. Would you rather change a transmission in your garage without a hoist or,
Did you write that one?
yes, drive through Death Valley without air conditioning?
Oh, I'd for sure rather change the transmission without the hoist. What kind of hoist are you talking about here? Talking about an engine hoist?
Yeah, you have to take it out the
Yeah, out the bottom. Yeah,
Out the
yeah.
bottom with all you have is a jack and jack stand.
I've done it on the
Two
Fiat.
So
jacks.
you're giving him a jack?
Jack and jack stands. That's all you got.
well, yeah,
I've
for
done
sure.
I've done it on the Fiat that way, so I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I've done it on the 240 twice. I would rather drive without air conditioning.
I'm not with
It
Robbie on
sucks.
this one.
It sucks.
I've helped
Sucks.
you. I helped you with the 240, and I'd rather do it again. It's
just-
hot there.
You like the
It's very warm.
I like the heat.
I like the heat too, but that's just death.
Yeah, you guys are very both kind of anti-air conditioning in your cars. You know what I mean?
Air conditioning is a luxury, and you do not need
Yeah,
it.
see, exactly. There we go. Right there. That was luxury. Luxury. It's a luxury item.
What am I, rich and famous? I don't need air conditioning.
I take back my statement about you being an office monkey. Then
Thank you. Worth it.
he doesn't believe in air conditioning.
Or heating in the 240, which is really frustrating.
You don't have any heat in that deal.
No, I just bypassed the heater core.
That was the other reason I didn't drive the Omni tonight.
Oh, you don't have any heat.
There's no
in it?
heat in the Omni, and I thought driving home would be kind of shitty.
Man, maybe I'm the pantsy ass then. 'Cause every time we build something, I'm like, we gotta hook this heater core back up. We gotta get some fucking heat in this thing. It's like the other day when I was driving the Fiat in the autocross. It was fucking freezing, and I wanted to go in there and turn the fan on with the heat because you're cold and you're wet because it's raining, and you're just like miserable.
My only complaint with the 240 when it was raining was that everything kept fogging up.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
that's
don't have
also-
any way to
that's true.
really mitigate that except open the windows and let all the rain come in.
and wipe down the windshield, which
Yeah.
never. Really
I still have a
works.
fan, blower motor.
Yeah,
just
that-
no heat
it's-
comes
yeah.
out of it.
It only works, so well when you have nothing coming to it besides just air.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right,
Hand me a hat, Robbie.
I'll finish up the two randoms.
All right. There's just two in there, huh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That worked out really well.
Sweet, sweet,
It's like
sweet.
a very professional show with a producer.
It's like we planned this, which we didn't.
Not really.
None of us understood the rules when we got here, so this is all.
We all
coincidence.
three had a slightly different idea what was going to happen, so it's fine. Robbie, would you rather be in a relationship with a girl that hates cars, which he has done before,
Again?
or drive in Los Angeles rush hour traffic with a 3-puck unsprung clutch?
The clutch.
Oh, for sure.
Fuck yeah. At least when I'm done with that, I can get out and say, I'm a fucking man.
I'm done with
I just drove that in the middle of shitty traffic.
I'm done with leg day.
That girlfriend, she tends to stick around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not a one-day deal.
No, that's a relationship that you can't get out of. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you how this goes.
Listen up, son. I got some knowledge to drop. But no, definitely, I would rather have a horrible off-on three-puck unsprung clutch.
Easy to
Then-
say.
It is very wordy.
It's a lot of
There's a lot
stuff, descriptors.
I was very specific on that.
I see that.
I'm glad it compared with what it did because those situations would both suck. All right, Michael.
Yep.
Would you rather own only one car of your choice forever or a different car every month chosen by us?
Yep, I wrote this one. So
Does it have to be is it actually a different car every month? Or can you guys go like, guess what, you get smart
No.
car again, fucker?
Nope, different car every month. Some months we might be total assholes and give you might end up in Priuses and base model Corollas, and then next month we might be feeling crazy and give you
Pagani.
yeah.
So
a
is
Lancia,
this
an Alpha? Who knows?
Yeah, you might get Paganis all winter.
if you be that ass, I would happily be that asshole at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like stuck as shit. Like trying to get people to tell me like I'm stuck. Like,
Hey,
I need some help.
man, can you help me get my car
Be like,
unstuck?
no,
I'm not
call
touching
somebody,
that.
you dick.
That's a $3 million car. You can
No, there's
fuck
like, yeah, you can
yourself.
fuck yourself, Bill Gates. Call somebody. You got AAA. Surely. This one car, is it?
It's your car.
It's gonna live forever.
You get to pick.
Does it live forever?
You
Yeah,
get-
yeah.
It's the car. Your favorite. Your
Oh,
dream
yeah,
car.
It's the one and only.
I would
You know,
do.
your,
I would do
your
that.
F40 or whatever it is.
I would do that.
But then that's the last car you ever get to drive.
Yeah, because it's my car. Like I could do stuff to it.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing you
Yeah.
never get that variety ever again.
Yeah, no, I'd be okay with that because I feel like I could, if I'm like tired of looking at it, I could do something with it.
I don't know, man. You seem like the guy that likes variation.
I do like variation, but I may just have to deal with the fact that like all I can do is change
Do you
the
not
wheels.
trust us, or what are you getting at?
No, I just
Does that hurt you as much as that hurts
I don't
me?
fucking trust you. Not when it comes to my car.
No, I just mean like I like to mess with stuff, and if I couldn't mess with stuff, that'd be bad. That's not a good standard of living for me.
I suppose.
Yeah, I chose month over week because that would just be way too much.
Week would be like I don't even know where's my shit. Like, did I even drive here? What car am I driving? I don't even know.
Find that car in the mall parking lot.
Yeah, like sir, what does your car look like? I don't know. How many times I had to explain this? I don't know what it is. I don't know how I got here.
He walks out of work and it's a new car every Friday. Nope, this is the last one in the lot. Has to be mine.
Literally. Oh yeah, you have to pick it up every week from the mall at Saturday at noon. We don't tell you where it is. It's just at the mall.
Just go there with it.
You're like,
You get a
4
clicker.
hours of my life gone again looking for some fucking smart car. Here we go.
You just out there clicking the panic button.
Oh, I found it, and then finds out some woman, with her kids trying to get her keys out of her car. She hits the button accidentally, and you're like, God dang it!
All right, Adam, pick me one.
You're going?
Yeah, Michael went.
Yeah, but I didn't go.
All right.
No, you did go.
No, I didn't. I read Robbie's and then he read yours.
Oh,
shit.
Robbie, you
All right.
skipping people?
I'm sorry. Let me read that. This is
All right.
This one's yours. Adam, would you rather have lightly curbed set of Volks TE37s or a pristine set of Rotas?
This is a good one for him because I don't think he likes TE37. So I'm gonna.
I don't mind the T37.
All right. Well,
So would you rather have a very nice set of race ready,
lightweight.
lightweight, very very respectable wheel,
What color are they?
lightly curbed? It can be whatever color you
Whatever
want.
color I want.
And I'm not talking
All
about
right.
a nasty curb,
No.
just like
nice-
one of those
in-
ones where you want to kill yourself. But you just
in nicer shape than my RPF ones.
no, maybe that shape. People don't know what that means, but his used to be drift wheels, so they're
They're kind of beat up.
a little beat up.
There's no lips left.
I think this really isn't that difficult for me. Because I'm imagining that I would put these, they would look really fucking weird, but I'm imagining I would put them on the car I currently own.
The Omni would have TE37s,
Which would be a strange look for the Omni, but that's fine.
You could be on Speed Hunters probably.
That'd be fine. I'll roll with it. But I mean, lightly curb rashed wheels would match the motif. And I'd much rather have the race ready setup.
This is okay. For Robbie, this is the only set of wheels you have.
This would be hard for me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted. This is good
It's
for both.
real
of you.
easy for me.
It's good for both
frankly.
of you because this is Robbie. This is it. You're going to a show and you're rocking these wheels, and you got one set of tires.
As I've gotten older, I've started to care less and less about looks. But it would still bother me knowing that there's damage on my rims. Like
They're nice wheels, and everybody sees that you damaged a
and
nice set of wheels.
People see Volks, they're just like drawn to them,
and they're damaged.
like moths to a light.
I would still do the Volks because I wouldn't trust the Rotas.
I thought about putting XXRs on there.
That would have been a little more challenging because the XXRs are a little better.
They're still both knockoffs.
Yeah,
but
they're
I
not-
think the
they're not
XXRs
great by
are
any means.
mildly better. Yes,
So Robbie, you're doing the
we're gonna
T37.
get
Yeah.
hate for that statement for sure.
Whatever, I don't care. Well, like with the RPF ones too. Like I know
I didn't pick
In the-
RPF one for.
in the future I would I want to have those as my dailies and get rid of my
okay.
really thin width wheels.
Yep.
But if I do that, I know for sure I'm gonna get the lips cut and repowder coat them. So if I scratch them up after that, then I'd be very
Those just
upset.
need to be your drift wheels. Those just need to transfer over and.
They're too wide for drift wheels.
Oh, you got to stretch them, Robbie. You're not living the lifestyle, dude.
That's what I could use the
You
ones
gotta
I
put
have
You
now.
got to put 220. You got to put 225s on them and get the stretch.
I'll just
and do
use
the whole deal.
the 7-inch wide ones I have now that are painted blue. It fits perfectly for drifting. And then I'll just use the RPF ones for my dailies, and then that'll be it.
Those 9-inch wheels.
9.5.
That is a wide wheel.
Yeah, see.
That's a big wheel.
All right.
Have you put them on the car with the?
No, I haven't had
slits
time.
mounted? Ah, bummer.
I've been busy, man.
Bummer.
I've been doing would you rather ideas.
Robbie's been working on this show for like
I've been doing
entire week.
I've been doing a bunch of teaching myself how to do Sony Vegas video editing stuff. I'm quite proud of what I've done.
So are you
far.
saying that potentially people could look forward to something in the
something
future?
on YouTube?
You should subscribe
Perhaps.
to our YouTube channel, perhaps.
Perhaps.
People are going to expect us to be coming out with.
I
Like,
know,
the
like,
next
we're
Michael
like a
Bay
month or
movie.
two
It's
away.
going to be fucking explosions.
Or they're gonna want it next week, and in reality, it probably won't be till June.
Yeah,
But that's fine.
Well, we'll be like Dodge with the hype.
There you go.
for a year.
That's fine.
It's the
Whatever.
next demon. All right, Robbie. Would you rather daily an R35 and track a CRX, or vice versa?
Think about it.
So you have
Think
the
about
choice
it.
of dailying an R35 and tracking a CRX, or dailying a CRX and tracking an
This
R35.
is real world scenario, Robbie. These cars are both given to you.
Oh,
Now you
and
gotta decide what to
I have
do.
to choose which one I.
Now you got to decide, but you don't get to flip flop.
No, it's one or the other.
I know which one I would choose.
It's think about it. Expenses.
how much-
expenses are yours?
How much? Expenses are mine.
Yep.
Oh, then
Uh,
I
the
for
car-
sure know which one I
The
would
cars are
choose.
given to me, and then I'm in charge
The
of maintenance.
expenses and modifications, all that. Let's say it's a lightly modified CRX,
Yep.
so that you could take it racing.
Yeah, so it's
Or you could daily
slightly
it.
race prepped.
Yeah, but it's still completely dailyable.
full into like an STS car.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to take it and drive it, you'd be
So it's-
solid.
Yeah,
You
coilovers
could-
and I set
you
of
could
rims.
set a really
nothing-
nice
nothing crazy.
time on an autocross course also. Or you could take it to a track day. Or you could keep building it and do whatever you want.
Or you could just drive it down the road to and fro. 40 miles to the gallon, Robbie. That's as responsible as it comes.
I have never in my life
It's a-
driven a car with 40 miles to the gallon.
It's hatchback. You could put lumber in
So
there, I assume.
responsible.
I would daily the R35. I would. It's too nice, and I would have no problem thrashing that CRX.
I agree with Robbie.
I think that's the right answer.
Especially if I have to pay for it, because the consumables of the CRX are like a
Way
full
cheaper,
set of
yeah.
tires and a full set of brakes are still probably cheaper than just doing front brakes on the R35.
Yeah, I think so.
I think a lot of people initially will go, "Oh, you guys,
Yeah, you're
you're
morons."
racing that fucking GT," but then they go,
No, wait.
"Oh, wait a second."
Because you're taking the R35 to Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not taking the CRX Cars and Coffee.
No.
You're
And
racing
you're-
that.
yeah, you're taking the
You're
CRX, yeah.
thrashing it.
The R35 would be great in the snow. It's got all-wheel drive,
Very also true. Yeah.
plenty of torque, great traction control system. CRX got none of those things.
Nope.
Yeah, but it only weighs like 2 pounds, so it just skips over the snow. In theory.
All right. Adam again, since we skipped him last time. Would you rather have a pro level driving skill or master fabricator skills?
Oh man,
Ooh, that is a good question.
This is
That's
a
very
hard
good
question.
I did this one. Yeah, so that was mine.
I don't know. There is no hesitation.
I
for
really
me.
wanted.
I know what it is.
I really wanted either one of you to get this one and not me. So.
I can pretend like I got
We'll
it.
answer it.
You want me to pretend like
Well,
I
I
got
think
it?
we can all answer it, but
Yeah.
I would choose the fabrication thing because I really don't have the race car driver need for glory. I would much rather be able to build whatever the hell I wanted at any point in time than just be some ridiculous hot shoe.
100%.
God, I see both sides of this.
I
But
do, but
Robbie, you could be fucking Jesse James.
I know. That's
dude.
what
I see
get
both
it.
sides of it, but I don't have that
I
like
do,
race
though.
car
That's-
competitive drive. It's just not my cup of tea.
It kind of scares me how much I have that driving competitive
That wanna
desire,
drive?
That like I wish I would have done my life differently so I could be a driver.
Don't make it sound depressing like that, but yeah.
Fuck my life and
Goes into his office job every day and
fucking-
just
Desk in a
It's his
cubicle. And
three degrees and no fucking driving skills. I would live out that driving fantasy. I would.
Yeah?
I would.
Man, I'm surprised.
I would rather like this goes back to
Mr. Wand.
You know what?
Weld with
that
Jesse
actually
James
works really
himself.
well because you and I will maintain, will build,
I'm not building his shit. He could hire
and Robbie
somebody.
can drive.
He can hire somebody.
That would make great
I'm not
podcast
working
material.
I'm not working on his nonsense.
Thanks, Dick.
I'm here for you, Rob. I'll be your crew chief and
Thanks, man.
lead fabricator.
Ooh.
But you know,
the least I can do.
you know what?
You don't trust my
actually-
master level
Actually,
fabrication
you
skills?
You know, now that I think about it,
But you know what? I don't think I would. If I was a master fabricator, I would. I don't know that I'd spend all day
Careful how you say that.
building race cars.
no, you'd be doing all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah, so I don't like if somebody was like, "Oh, you have to go work on this race team now." I'd be like, "Nah, I don't think I'm doing that. No, I'm not doing that."
I'm gonna build this other cool thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna build a lead sled, and I'm gonna build
Yeah.
a chopper, and I'm gonna build. That's why I'm saying like I wouldn't if Robbie was racing, and they're like, "You got to go support and build stuff for Robbie's
I
car."
feel like there's
that's
still
not
be
what I
time
wanna
for
do.
me
No.
to build random stuff. But I, as a friend of Robbie's, I would be there for Robbie if he asked me to be.
I'd be there for Robbie in spirit.
I guess
I feel like Robbie would be mature enough to understand that I have other wants and desires, and that I should pursue my own
It's
career
gone down a weird
aspirations.
path.
My own career aspirations to build crazy shit and sell it.
Yeah, I guess the question comes down to who would you rather be, Jesse James or Lewis Hamilton? Or
Yeah,
that's
I would
essentially
pick whoever the.
I would way rather be Jesse James, and he doesn't build race cars for somebody else. He's Jesse James.
But I still think I'd rather drive. I think
interesting.
I'd rather drive.
It's very interesting.
So if you guys know people that have the hookup on getting me in a car, you should call me. I want to drive. I just want to go fast.
We know the guy. We know the guy you should talk to.
Yeah, we should call
He's
him.
been on this podcast.
Yeah, we should
actually.
call
It's
him
true.
again.
We're
All
going to
right.
be on his in a few short weeks.
Oh, nice.
It's coming
That's
up.
Right.
Yep. I don't know that he's announced that yet.
I totally missed that guy.
It's fine.
It's a little
Inside.
nugget of information for people listening to this show.
Yeah. Look forward to the awesome future we have.
All 10 of you.
Who's up next?
Am I up? I'm up.
All right.
We got a couple more, then we're done.
Totally lost our track here, but that's fine.
That's
Who
fine.
cares? We're just having fun. Oh man, this got a lot of words on it. Oh,
Mine
man.
were small. Sorry.
That is.
You want me to read it? You
No,
want Mr. Blind
You
Man,
wanna-
hand it-
No,
yeah.
no, that wasn't that. Okay. Insult my ability to read.
It types it in size 8 font. And
This-
Adam
No, I
can't
was
read.
just like saying, like, wow, this is a long one.
No,
It's a
okay.
mean one.
Would you rather have your one and only car be a Toyota IQ, which we like,
We do.
right?
We do love.
Like-
They're great.
Or you can have any car you like, but it has to have those stupid car eyelashes on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know.
God,
what
I
you're
wish
talking-
people could see his face.
because I was all pumped, and then I've seen the
Any car
eyelashes.
you like,
any
Robbie.
car.
Just the
Literally.
look of dread that washed over
You-
his face there.
I
Are
bet it was
you
priceless.
kidding me?
Robbie,
No.
you could literally go to whatever
I know.
Nissan place you buy shit, and
could
you could pick
buy
any
a-
part you like, Robbie.
An S15, whatever that package is that you want. So
Yeah, you could get an
The spec-
S15.
The spec, or they
The
call
spec
it,
R.
or whatever.
You could have whatever you like.
Anything
Robbie.
I want.
Anything
Any
you want.
car.
It's just got to have those eyelashes on the headlights.
Do you think a Ferrari F50 would look good with eyelashes?
It's
not as
ugly
good
to
as an
start with.
N8 Miata, but sure, they have pop-ups. I think, don't they?
No, they do not.
The F50 doesn't. No, the F40.
No, not
The 40 does, not the 50.
Oh, okay.
The 50 is much better looking.
Come on, Robbie.
I would.
You can't ever take them off. You have to go to a car show, and they're flopping around up there,
You're out there on the track, just
and they're
I would.
whipping in the breeze.
I would own that. I would totally do the eyelashes for the car that I want.
at Lemons, it'd be fine. But at like
Yeah,
concours.
They'd be like, "Sir, just leave."
No, this is part of the deal. I had to have these eyelashes. That's why I got this awesome car.
That's what you're doing, huh?
You doing the eyelashes?
That's actually really kind of hard.
It is. It's a really hard question.
Like, I think I
You
might.
look like a moron to literally everybody.
I look like a moron to everybody all the time. So
I think I might take the eyelashes, and because generally I don't really care what other people think about me.
That's fair.
I mean, have you looked at me lately? That's quite clear.
We already talked about shirts, so
Yeah, yeah. So I think I might choose the lashes as well, Robbie.
okay.
I think if you rock it, you could do the eyelashes, but you could build a dope IQ. I feel like this is your only car. I think you could build something really cool.
I'll do the eyelashes.
Okay,
Is this?
I
don't even know who it is anyway. It's
read
me,
one to
probably.
Michael
Just
because
read-
I don't remember
just-
him going recently.
All right, Michael. Would you rather be forced to have underglow on every car you own, or be hella flush? This is an obvious answer.
I would definitely do the underglow.
Obviously.
This is more for Adam. I wanna,
Hella flush or underglow?
actually, you don't have to be super hella flush. You can be
stanced.
You're stanced,
Yeah.
but you've got more camber than you should have. Let's put it that way. Just a little bit more.
And the stretch.
A little bit of
Little bit.
stretch, and you're static.
You're not doing 195s on a 10-inch rim, but
Yeah, you're. It's a little.
you're
annoying.
like a 225 on a 9.5.
You're on the safe side of annoying. Let's put it that way. Meaning, literally, the tire's not going to blow off the wheel.
Yep.
That's it. That's your daily. You're going to the grocery store, 9 p.m. Underglow's on, or you can't get up the
Just
slip road.
so you know, if you're driving your 2002 Toyota RAV4 in the snow with your underglow on, the light just like reflects the snow as it flies all over.
That's kind of,
Coming from a person that owned underglow on every vehicle he ever had one time.
and it's on all the time. By the way, you can't turn it off.
That's the best part.
I think I'd take the underglow.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
God damn it. It pains me so much, but at least I could drive the stupid thing, you know?
All I can imagine. I should have gone like one step further and be like, you have to drive one of the cars from the first Fast and the Furious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But not the fast ones.
Right,
the Jetta.
Yeah, like the Jetta with the underglow on all the time. So you got like a
Can't stop.
stupid graphic on the side, and
Yep.
you've got the wing on the back.
All right, Adam.
Okay. Lay it on me, Robbie.
Would you take a deal where you could never race again, but your car budget would be unlimited?
That's it. That's all there is to that
That's
one.
all there is. No racing.
It's just a question.
Yes.
He's the wrong person to ask this question.
What about you then, Robbie?
I think I'd rather race.
I didn't know Robbie had this passion. I mean, not the
The drive to do
drive.
it.
I know.
The drive to drive.
The drive
yeah.
to drive.
I
Yeah,
want to drive.
I would take the
That would be a
unlimited.
good podcast name.
The drive to drive.
Drive to drive.
So
It
if
only
you're trying
took
to-
us a year and a half to get there.
Now that we've thought of a nice, cool name,
We're gonna change it on iTunes. No, I would take the unlimited budget.
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah. Nah,
Robbie's driving. All right.
driving.
Can I do HPDEs? Those aren't race. That's not
Nope.
racing.
Nope.
No competitive driving or
That's not competitive.
No,
No,
that's just driving.
My rules is my question. You can't
No
do
aggressive
anything-
driving.
and you can't street race.
I don't care about street racing.
Well, I'm just saying, just for other people listening.
Fine,
No-
go out
no
on Spirit
no spirited drives.
Canyon drives.
Nope.
You can do
Speed limit.
rally. You can do speed limit rallies. That's it.
Yeah,
With like
whatever.
old people with beards. That's all you can do. in British cars.
Seems to be a thing for them, huh?
They do like old men with beards in
And
British
British
cars
cars?
like doing
TSDs.
rallies. Yeah, and not the TSDs that are air quotes TSDs, but actual
Like
TSDs.
full on.
Yeah.
Like they'll stop 10 feet short of the start
Is
line.
that one also mine? I think it is.
All right, we'll finish this with the group one.
Oh God.
Can't remember what it is.
Would you rather spend eternal damnation with stereotypical BMW enthusiasts or stereotypical Porsche enthusiasts?
I was in a mood when I wrote that
I
one.
can tell.
Can't remember what. I would think I was on Instagram. I think that's what happened. I was like, I won't go any further than that.
Porsche.
God.
I'm with the Porsche guys.
I think I'm with the BMW guys.
Mr. No Blinker.
It's fine.
I wrote it and I still don't know. I don't want to hang out with any of them.
Sorry, Lucas.
Now, Lucas is not a Porsche guy though.
No.
He owns a Porsche.
He loves
There's
his
a big
Porsche.
difference
He's a
between
Porsche and a GTR and a 240Z. He's not a.
There's a big difference between someone who owns a Porsche or even like likes Porsches
And then someone who's living the Porsche life.
yeah, like Joey from Friends. Remember that one?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I don't remember.
I'm
It's
not.
been a long
Have you
time.
even seen it? I wouldn't.
No, not a chance.
You guys will really let me down, but
Sorry.
that's fine. I would hang out with stereotypical BMW enthusiasts, I think. They talk about track days a lot, but I feel like we'd get over that, you know?
Yeah, I just
Adam's face is like, I don't like either one of these choices.
I don't want to be friends with either of these people.
Is there a different circle of hell I could possibly be transferred
Like,
to?
can I just
be
What's this
my own
purgatory?
hell?
What's this purgatory that people keep talking about?
can I just
by
be in
myself
hell by
there, right?
myself?
Yeah, it sounds way better.
I always used to say that my version of hell is like me with all my ex-girlfriends in the car with a semi in the left lane. You know what I mean? I'm boxed in by a semi. Like a semi in front and the semi in the left lane, and I'm stuck there
Yeah.
talking to me about all my failings. Like that's my circle of hell is that one. That's what it is. I was trying to work that into
Wow.
a question. I couldn't quite.
That got deep.
Couldn't quite-
That got bad.
Look at him sharing feelings.
That was wow.
That's where I'm going.
all right.
It's been a
That's
week
all I got.
for him.
That's all I got for Would You Rather.
I enjoyed it.
I had a good time.
I had fun.
I look forward to
we
it.
should just do that without these mics sometime.
Okay, I'm cool.
We don't do anything without mics anymore, but
No, it's fine. We could just record it, even though.
I enjoyed it. I don't care if they did.
Well, if they did, like our fans did, they should tell us that they liked it and then send us their own fucked up scenarios. So then next time
We'll do
we can
it
just
again.
go off of theirs.
We'll do it again.
Yeah. But if they hated it, just tell us that
Don't
you hated
tell
it.
us. Don't tell. I don't
Just
care.
be like, I didn't really like it.
Give us
And then
constructive feedback.
Yeah, don't
like
be mean.
room for improvement, maybe. Like just say that.
Yeah. Or yeah, that's fine. But don't give us bad reviews on iTunes. That hurts our feelings.
It makes Robbie really sad.
we haven't got it yet. How do you know how that would feel
He imagines the scenario late at night when he's trying to fall
when
asleep.
he can't sleep?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what keeps
Like
him up at night.
negative comments keep me up at night. True story.
Now you're gonna get run over with
I know.
nonsense.
I hope not.
You've opened the.
My fans
Your
should.
car's color's stupid. And
Well, I've heard
your
that.
face is dumb. Yeah, that's what you're gonna get now.
Yeah, that's fine.
YouTube's coming in full force now.
Please be nice.
You're just gonna have to. You have to leave the comments on because if you don't, people get all pissy about that. But
Oh, yeah, I'll leave them on.
just don't look at them. Just keep moving.
I'm hoping that our fans will come over with positivity to balance out all the negativity. That's the world I like to live in.
That's a message that the entire world could learn
could
from.
embrace.
Robbie. Yeah, they could embrace that.
Synergy
move
and
forward.
happiness.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I
You know-
assume that the average car throttler does not make it this far into our show before they've hit the stop button on their YouTube player.
I would imagine. So
So I
we're good.
feel like we're fairly safe.
They've probably already blamed us for blaming millennials. For
Yeah,
something
we
at
lost
this
a
point.
lot of them after we blamed millennials for the ruining cars.
Hey, bro. We're millennials too. So just
And
calm
most
down.
of them aren't.
Just calm down.
It's cool.
Just calm down.
Relax.
Get back on your scooter, all right, and just relax.
Or a unicycle or whatever.
Bicycle or
just chill.
or
Fix
your
it.
city
Fix-
bus
yeah,
or
just
whatever
chill.
it is that you are using.
Oh. I was in a room full of engineers this week,
Yep.
and we're in the middle of training, and one guy they were talking about some bunch of random like new technology. I realize this is totally off the cuff and
It's fine.
whatever.
It happens.
And the one guy turns to the other guys and goes, "Yeah, the Hyperloop, that's the future." And I wanted to just look at him and go, $10 million a mile. No, it's not.
I read a news story about that today, actually. So
We don't need to go.
they
I just-
released their routes that they're going
Oh,
to take,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're kind of strange.
Yeah, it's weird.
They go to some weird places.
He was dead. Like he was dead serious. He was like, "That's the future.
Hyperloop, bro. It's where it's at.
It's gonna be a thing." I'm like, no, it's a cool idea.
It is a good. It's a good idea
it's
in
cool.
theory. It's a great idea in theory. You just get in a tube and
Yeah.
you're in New York and like,
But
hey
who
man,
wouldn't want
I
it?
thought it was hard getting a pipeline in the ground. Imagine what that's going to do.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Sorry, guy. I love the idea. It's cool. Like
Yeah.
as an engineer, I nerd out about it, but in reality, no.
it's not gonna work.
Sorry.
Robbie, let's do the news presented by Titan Fuel Tanks.
Let's do it. All right, so we'll start this off with Tesla is now more valuable than GM and Ford.
GM and Ford.
This is a really
First
weird
time
I have a
Thing
hard.
to me.
I still have a hard time believing that. I remember when their stock started to skyrocket.
Yep.
I don't know, like 5 years ago, whatever. And they were like basically playing with house money because the value of their stock was like more than the company or whatever. So I don't know.
So basically, it's the market. They're speaking about market cap.
Yes.
And the simplest way to describe this is basically you take all the stock that's available and you take the price of the stock and you multiply it and you get a number. And as of Monday or something, Tesla was more valuable than Ford. You do the same thing with Ford. You take all their stock, you multiply it times the price, you get a number. Tesla was higher than Ford. And then by Tuesday, Tesla was higher than GM.
That's so weird to me.
So that is, in a nutshell, how they determine market cap. And it's basically the value of your company because it's what it's worth. It's what people are willing to pay for a share of your business.
Right.
So that's how they determine that value anyway.
It just seems strange to me that it's worth more than Ford because Ford sells like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 cars a year. Something crazy like that.
Oh, no. So Tesla sold 40,000 vehicles in the U.S. last year.
Okay.
Just in the U.S. They said they're starting to sell more and more cars internationally, but their primary market is the United States.
Yeah.
They sold 40,000 vehicles in 1 year. Ford sold that many F-Series trucks in 3 weeks last year.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand is how their company could be even close.
Because their value is based on what
Potentially.
people seem to perceive as being their potential value in the future, or their potential ability in the future.
Well, I know people are really buying into like Elon Musk because even he's saying like this is like last year already that he said that he expects by some crazy year Tesla's going to be worth $700 billion or something.
Yeah.
Just it's insanity.
Some other fun facts for you is Ford over a 5-year period had a net income. So this is income. This isn't revenue. It's just income. So it's after your expenses of $26 billion.
That's a lot.
So it's 5 years in arrears, probably from January, if I had to guess. Tesla, over that same 5-year period, lost $2.3 billion.
See, to me, it seems like a no-brainer.
It's just a very interesting... There's a lot of speculation about this. Is basically, this company's being valued like a tech stock.
Yeah.
So they're looking a lot of, like Adam said, about potential future value. But none of that's been realized at this point. But if you get a bunch of people that are really excited about, hey, this stock price could go up, and they buy in, that in turn raises the stock price. And so you get enough people that are pumped about Elon Musk and how he's, basically Tony Stark, and this is great. He's gonna take this company amazing places. He's gonna shake up the auto industry, and Ford and GM are gonna fall to the wayside. And so you get enough of those people together that have money. And they start, increasing the stock price to the point where it's worth more than the other two companies, even though they make money.
Yeah.
Tesla does not make money.
No, I said it years ago when they first started to get their crazy stock price. I go, the bubble's going to burst, and I've been wrong ever since. So don't listen to me on that. But it just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't
There's
make
a lot
sense.
of people that don't think Tesla's a long-term thing, though.
Yeah, like even and then Elon Musk rips on him for it, for all the people that bought it and sold.
He does.
But I don't know. I have a hard time buying into Tesla, but I have a hard time buying into electric cars. So maybe don't listen to me on anything. What do I know?
What do you know? You're just an engineer.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Do
anything.
the opposite of what Robbie says.
Yeah, buy
That's
Tesla
the-
stock. We'll do whatever.
That's the sound financial future.
Do the opposite. No, he's Rob's responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that's
I don't know
true.
stocks. I don't invest in anything.
So anyway, I just wanted to shed some light on this because it is confusing for someone that's not worked in the industry. It's like, how is a company that loses money worth more than a company that makes like billions of dollars?
Yeah,
And it's all speculation. And I guess it remains to be seen if Tesla delivers the Model 3 as they say they are going to on schedule, and can get the number of vehicles out that they need to and produce the number of batteries that they need to.
don't have any
Don't have any mishaps
warranty claims or anything like that.
It's possible that the stock price, to some extent, could be justified because again, they're still not delivering income, first of all, to their investors, and they're not producing as much value as either of those other two companies.
Right.
And some people are arguing, oh well, Ford and GM, they make gasoline engine vehicles, they'll just fall to the wayside. Well, I think something like Ford's going to invest $5 billion or something like that in their electric vehicle program. So
If they made $26 billion, I think they should have no problem finding $5 billion to
invest in
invest
R&D.
in places.
Yeah, they'll have money to invest in the future, whereas Tesla has to keep asking for money.
Yep, they have to continue to
Kickstart.
There's a lot of things you can do. You can just make up more stock, which devalues all the stock because the company's only worth what people say.
I was going to
worth.
ask that question. If is there a set number of stocks?
No, you can. I mean, you can do a lot of things. You can just say you're going to issue more stock, which pisses people off because if let's say I own 1,000 shares of Tesla and they're worth $1,000, which isn't the case, but let's just say that.
Easy math.
Yep. And now Tesla says they're going to put out more stock. Well, Tesla's not worth any more money than it was yesterday. So if you put out more stock, my shares are worth less.
Okay.
Because Tesla's only worth so much money. There's more at play there, but that's just for the sake of this
argument.
particular
Simplicity.
conversation. Yeah. So that's one thing you can do. I think current stock owners get rights to buy those stocks first, which is still kind of bullshit because you're buying stock in a company to maintain your value that you already owned. And anyway, so you can do that. That raises money. You can
do what they did with the Model 3.
You can do, yeah. You can
Where you
just
take deposits on something you don't actually have.
Yep, you could definitely do that through. There's a lot of different sales things like that you
Crowdsourcing,
could do.
essentially.
Yep, you could do that. You can issue more bonds, which is basically taking out a loan.
Can sell cookies in front of Best Buy.
You could do that. Yep, you could
It
team
wouldn't
up.
get you very far, but it would work.
you could. Yeah, you might be able
Works
to.
for the Girl Scouts. I mean,
Yeah, they could
Yep.
probably sell them for a lot, too. The Tesla branded cookie.
Yep, and there's other things that you can do too. You could buy a company, and you could say that, okay, together now we have a value of X because this information plus the information we have already is combine them together. It's worth more than the other two companies were separately. Or, you could also buy a company and strip it. That's what they used to do a lot in the 80s. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. But that's going to kind of be the main things. So basically you just keep borrowing money until the merry-go-round stops.
hopefully,
And the bubble
eventually
bursts.
you either fail or you start turning a profit.
Yeah, you fail spectacularly, like insanely, or you turn a profit.
Enron levels of failure.
Yep. Also, for Tesla, they get a lot of grant money, so free money, and I think they get some subsidized loans from the government.
Yeah.
So
Because they're green,
yep,
as they say.
yep. So they may get loans at a special rate, or they may get discounted loans or whatever. They're getting some sort of subsidy from the U.S. government, and by some I mean a lot. So
Yep.
anyway, that was it on that one.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I just find it strange.
It is bizarre.
It is very weird. It's very hard to wrap your head around as when you're not super financially savvy,
Hashtag real journalism.
like I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
So
Let's move
next?
on to other cool stuff.
Okay.
Audi may join Sabre in Formula One.
if this happens, I'm
Super
gonna-
pumped.
No. Things
super
will
mad?
burn. People will die. I will
People will
be-
die?
I am mad if this actually happens.
I didn't think he was going to be mad. I thought he liked Audi.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Because I don't want them in Formula One.
Why not?
Because I want them in LMP1 where they fucking belong.
Fair enough.
Dieselgate, bro.
I don't care. That's where they belong.
Well, McLaren needs an engine team, so maybe the Audi could supply engines.
Well, they have a tie with Sauber through some high-level engineer of some sort, and that's why this is rumored to be
they think
that.
that'll happen because relationships will be amended.
Right, there's already a relationship there because one of their previous hot engineer, the guy that ran the thing.
Jorg
Xander, he now is with Sauber.
Sauber?
And he
Not
was with
Sabre?
Sauber a
Sauber,
long
yeah.
time ago.
Sauber? Okay.
Sauber.
I can't pronounce things. I apologize to everybody.
So this is 150% conjecture right now. This is complete total rumor. But they are supposedly going to some sort of conference where they're going to be talking about engine plans in Formula One for, was it 2020?
2022.
2022. So they may be providing an engine in 2022 moving forward.
That's a long ways off.
That is a
It's a long time to develop a motor
That's
like
plenty
that.
of time to develop an engine, though.
That's probably when they will phase out the motor they're currently using and move in the next one.
It's going to be a 3-cylinder powered by...
We already know that, huh?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They just keep making them
You
smaller.
said that so matter of fact.
Well, they just keep making them smaller and smaller and smaller.
And lamer
I
and
would,
lamer.
I would like to have I would like to go back to the V10 Formula
What
1.
I would really love to see in Formula One, or in a lot of racing in general, is so they want everyone to be fuel efficient. So just set a fuel efficiency rule, but then let them have it.
However they get there.
And
That's-
if you can
that's a
make
good
that with a
idea.
naturally aspirated V12, fine. But if you got to use a turbo 4-cylinder, that's okay too.
That's way better for practical technology development.
Exactly.
Because if you can figure out how to make a fuel efficient V12,
That's awesome.
think about how amazing that technology
Yeah.
would be. To real people are like, oh, great. How long till I get that? in
Just
my
let
car?"
them just give them a fuel efficiency number. You only get 12 liters per race or whatever their number would be. I'm sure that's probably wildly
Wrong.
low, but you know what I mean.
We're always wrong, so that's fine.
Yeah,
You know
whatever.
what I mean. And then, whatever you come up with is acceptable. That's why, to me, LMP1 was so interesting, was because all of the teams that were in LMP1 ran different engines. There was Audi's diesel, Porsche's turbo 4-cylinder, Toyota had a V8 for a while. I think now they're using a turbo V6.
Yep.
But they were all different, and Audi was even using a different fuel type.
Yep. True.
And so that made there was some interesting differences between the racing teams, and that's what made that interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not interested in spec things. And I know that, okay, Honda makes this motor and Renault makes that motor and Mercedes makes this motor. Okay, fine, but they're still all the same. They're
Basically,
still
yeah,
all
same
turbo V6s.
Yeah.
So,
No, I like it. I agree.
Yeah, that's a much better way to approach it, I think. Definitely.
But I like
but anyway, I will be very upset if Audi takes all the money that they
took out of.
took out of LMP1 and take it to Formula One instead.
No, I get
because
that.
that's not where they belong.
I think it's a good thing for Formula One because I think it's
absolutely a good thing
wonderful
for
to have
Formula One.
more manufacturer backing, stuff like that.
But I'm genuinely concerned if FIA cannot find another top level manufacturer to replace Audi in LMP,
Yep.
that racing series is
So it kinda
going
goes
to
away.
go downhill. It's all but guaranteed in my mind. I could be wrong. I
Hopefully.
probably am.
Hopefully.
But that's just the way it seems to me. You lose one of those guys. Now there's only 2 teams in the top category. What 3 was hardly enough to begin with. Now there's only
Audi
2.
did a lot of advertising for their LMP1 car, so it was
Yeah.
good for the sport in general. So
Yeah,
that's
that's the other
gone
thing.
now. That's gone.
So I'm sure it would be great if they for Formula One if they end up in Formula One. But my love does not lay with Formula One. It lays with Le
LMP1.
Mans Prototype.
I get it.
And so if they end up there, I'll be pissed.
Fair enough.
I understand. All right,
That's
Audi.
why I wanted to talk about that.
Okay, I thought it was like Audi, world domination. This is
Nope.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
Couldn't
thought
care
that's where
less
this was
about
going.
it. I'm not. Formula One's never been super interesting to me.
Oh, how dare you? You've just offended so many people.
Yeah.
I know,
they're all bad.
but I've just never been that interested in open wheel cars. I like.
Oh, really?
I like.
No, I'm
Fenders
with
cars
I'm with him.
and door slammers.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm the
I
opposite.
like.
I always thought
I like.
open wheel cars were like the coolest. I don't know why. I've always thought they were cool.
I like even James's like
Spec.
the spec Ford.
Yeah.
is better than like a Formula
500 or
Yeah,
600
yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
a similar.
because it's not open wheel technically.
Or like, to me, a totally different form of racing, but I feel a similar way about it. Dragsters and funny cars, not nearly as interesting to me as pro mods and pro stocks.
Oh, 100%.
I want to see door slammers. I want to see
100%.
cars that have doors on them.
Yep, I agree with that.
I get that.
That's just the way I've always been. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
It happens.
What do we got next, Robbie?
So Hennessy is tired of Dodge's demon marketing campaign nonsense, which I think is fucking ridiculous.
It's when will
Both,
it end?
all of
So
it's,
it's
all of
almost
it's
over.
All of
It's
it's
almost
ridiculous.
over.
Are we sure it's almost over?
Well,
We're gonna
it's-
be like, psych! We got 16 more weeks of this shit.
They're supposed to debut it at the New York.
they
Auto
got to be
Show.
running out of things to talk about.
You
Talked about
you would think so.
an air conditioning that's plumbed into your intake pipe. We've talked about this the only car to ever have a race gas map.
Button. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to have like a
These strange
two
torque,
different computers, so
torque
you can switch
vectoring
between
things.
Yeah,
A snap-on toolbox. I mean, they got to be running out of things to talk about.
It's got wheels. Shit.
It may or may not have one seat.
who knows?
It may or may not have the widest tires ever put on a production car. Probably doesn't.
It's probably a lie.
It may or may not be front rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Nobody knows.
Anyway, so
Just-
Hennessy decided to make a 1,000 horsepower kit for their Camaro.
Camaro, yeah.
The ZL1.
Yep.
Do you? I mean, obviously they were going to do this anyway, but
I think-
surely they were sitting around the office going, "This is
how can we-
really annoying. How do we stop this?"
Well, I mean, yeah, I think they're trying to also. It's a good marketing campaign to get out there. People have us
Yeah, 'cause
talk about Hennessy because
everybody shared it the
everyone's
last 2 days.
been shitting on Hennessy for the last year or longer. So you come out and you're like, well, we're going to take down this Dodge Demon, and they've been marketing this for months, and they've got nothing to show for it yet. well, here's our Camaro. You can buy it today.
Yeah, let
Which
us know.
is super. If you go to their website, it's super
I guess
generic. And
the ZL1's not technically out yet, but yeah.
Yep.
Almost is. It's almost out.
So if you go to their website, I'm going to shit on Hennessy. That's fine. I don't care.
They've got a whole bunch of things to shit on Hennessy when you're done.
So yeah, they're just putting this together that any normal fucking shop could do. You could pick your own stuff. You could have a 1,000 horsepower Camaro for less than the $50,000 that they're going to charge you for this.
Yeah.
So you go to Hennessy and you say, hey, here's my brand new Camaro. I want 1,000 horsepower exorcist package.
Great. We'll get it to you in 2 years, and it'll have 800.
You'll be lucky if you get it.
Yep.
See you never.
Allegedly.
And then it comes with a high flow supercharger system, a custom camshaft,
Wow.
upgraded valves, lifters, other shit,
Wow.
an intercooler. Like it's
Wow.
just, yeah. You know what?
Bolt-ons.
Yeah, a bunch of bolt-ons that
Stage
I could.
two, bro.
It
I
is
could
stage
go
two.
to any. I could go to any reputable shop, drop off my Camaro, and say, "All right, let's build a 1,000 horsepower Camaro."
Yeah,
and
you
then a knowledgeable tuner will say, "Well, let's buy these products, and it's going to cost you $25,000 plus $5,000 of our labor."
There's 3 shops in a 200-mile radius that I would feel perfectly, at least 3, that I would feel perfectly comfortable.
Carl's could build this car for you. I don't know that I'd take. I don't know if
Carl's
I'd pick-
excessive.
Yeah, excessive.
There's at least
could-
one shop in Omaha that could do it. I'm sure there's somebody in
we
Cedar
could build
Rapids
this
that
car.
could do this.
with bolt-ons. My God,
I couldn't tune it, but I know a guy.
you wouldn't even have grease on your hands.
Yeah,
Have you ever worked on a new car? It's like the greatest thing in the entire world.
I've
it's
worked
all
on a
clean.
30,000-mile car. Greatest thing in the
It
world.
is the greatest thing. You're like, what is the deal with this? There's not grease on anything. There's not dirt on anything.
yeah. You
Not
could
shit
get
in your eyes.
you could get the Camaro today, drop it off at Hennessy. You'll be able to get the Demon a lot sooner.
Probably.
Unless
That
you're
is
that
probably
unless
true.
you're that dead set on having a Camaro.
Unless you're Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
You probably get that one in a couple weeks.
yeah. Then you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, you'll get that quick.
So, after all this is done, and you have actually probably never actually gotten your car back,
But say you do.
but let's pretend for a minute that you do.
Allegedly.
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 They claim a 9-second quarter mile.
I did see that.
Are you... I can't...
Bro, the Durango does a, what did they say it did?
I don't
A
know,
12
but-
or so, like
but-
a low 12?
It does not take 1,000 horsepower to run a 9.
No, probably not.
It doesn't.
So what are you thinking they're going to do?
I'm thinking it's a waste of money. You could put a drag radial on your stock ZL1 and go run a 9.
I won't go that far.
I bet you could.
Nah, I bet you run a 10. I bet you run a mid 10.
I bet they already do that.
No, not stock. Hellcat can barely run a 10.9.
Yeah,
That's like
they're heavy.
Hellcats
with a
are
good
kind of
driver.
wildly overhyped and unimpressive for what they make too.
I would also agree.
They're
with
great burnout machines. They're not very good in a straight line.
that. When is the madness going to end?
A couple weeks. New York Auto Show.
I'm just in general, like when's this whole, our SUV runs 10s. It's like, okay, no, that's not.
No, that'll never end. Everyone lies.
I told you it's we talked about this before. It's when the high enough percentage of people crash their Demons because they got drag radials on it.
Yeah.
And the government goes, I don't know if
Maybe
this
was
is
unsafe.
not a good idea. This seems unsafe now.
Does the Dodge Demon come with a full warranty? Or it should, right?
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
assume,
They haven't
right?
they haven't released the
I
warranty
would be
information.
shocked if there's a warranty.
Does the Hellcat have a warranty?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Then why wouldn't the Demon?
The Copo doesn't.
Really?
I don't
No,
think so.
no, I'm pretty sure it does not. No.
Oh. Well,
I don't think a Cobra Jet does.
Hennessy will give you a 1 year, 12,000 mile warranty if you ever
I think
get
it's,
it.
I think it's a 2 year. It's 2 years of
No,
warranty.
their website says 1 year.
Oh, Jalopnik lied.
Yep.
Or the drive lied.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's 1 year.
I'm sure Jalopnik lied too, but
It doesn't matter.
interesting.
1
I
year,
don't know.
12,000 miles.
That's 1 year, 12,000. That's it.
That's all. That's what it says.
That's really weird,
That's on the
'cause
Hennessy website.
This said 2 years,
24,000. No.
Ooh,
Hennessy is half
Robbie
that.
doing journalism. Look at him. Shit.
Went
Looking
straight.
stuff up.
went
Going
straight
to
to
the
the
source.
source.
How dare you, sir?
Donald Trump says go straight to the boss. I don't have time for some middleman.
Holy cow.
I don't think there's anything else to say. What's the next move? What's the next
Mic
move?
drop. Boom.
What's up
All
next?
right, so Italian cop sees a mafia Ferrari 458 and turn into a police car. Because why not?
Can you think of anything more stereotypical for the Italians to do than to steal a mafia's 458 cabriolet?
Yep.
It's a convertible,
yeah.
and turn it into a police car.
It's clearly a PR stunt.
What-
Like,
what-
there's
what-
no-
what-
there's nothing you
what-
can do.
what do
with
we
They
it.
do
do?
this. this is not really new though. Like
No.
there's lots of police forces that have seized cars and turned them in.
You don't hear about the seized cars. You hear about them getting gifted, like
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi or whatever.
Abu Dhabi is notorious.
Yeah,
for this.
that's a whole different thing.
I
though.
think a lot of places in the U.S. they're not allowed.
I would imagine. There's got to be.
There was something about a lot of these places. If they need to get rid of the car, they have to crush it.
Yep.
most
so-
of them end up on an auction.
But the Italians somehow have a loophole where they can fill out a form and then you're good.
Yep.
You just get to keep it.
So now they can take.
$10 says this is sitting in the captain's driveway right now.
It probably is.
They're taking this to like parades and schools and shit. And some guy gets to joyride in it once.
They
in
had a
while.
guy build custom buttresses for lights.
Yep.
It's like, why is this a good idea? Like
It looks really weird.
Nothing about this seems like a good idea. They painted it the Italian flag.
Yep.
It's just
It's
like,
white
it's
with
ridiculous.
the green.
Can you
and
not
red.
be?
great.
Can you not fulfill your own? MO. Can
I'm
you
fine
just-
with it, frankly.
I think it's funny.
It's
great.
It's funny because it's
Well, I think it's funny that they advertise this like they're going to bring this to parades and stuff and like schools, and they're going to tell the kids, "See, clearly crime doesn't pay." Yeah, it did. The mafia just had this Ferrari.
I think the mafia is fine. And
They're
you
very
just,
rich. Still.
$250,000
just
car.
took their
It's
Ferrari.
not that bad.
You might be able to trick a few kids into thinking that the cops are driving these cars, but when they grow up, they're going to know.
Yeah, it's
They're going to get into crime and realize that's how I got that Ferrari, by crime.
Let's not sugarcoat anything here. They just wanted a Ferrari. They were able to justify it. They have a Ferrari.
And I don't blame them for it.
No, I would do the exact same thing.
Sneaky Italians.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I want a Ferrari. I mean,
I would love a Ferrari.
if all I had to do was fill out paperwork and
Bam, you got a Ferrari.
yeah, it's all good. I'd do it. If I could expense it, I'd do it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I had a buddy he was in the Navy. He's not in the Navy anymore, obviously, but he said that there was a Friday one time he was filling out like an order type thing, and you could basically write whatever you needed. And they wanted to order something that was like they wanted to order 1 million of something, so they ordered 1 million staples because that's what they needed. And
That seems unnecessary.
but anyways, so they need for like their whatever. So,
Yeah.
but then
Staple party. Yeah, right.
But then he also wrote down an armored BMW and spec'd it out, and brought it into his boss, and his boss didn't even look at it, just signed it because every week they fill out the same thing,
Yep,
So he's
yep.
just like, okay, it's what it was last week, and he didn't even look, signed it, made it to the next level before they were like,
Wait a second.
no, you're not getting an armored BMW.
Whoopsies.
It's
what is this? What is this $200,000 750 IL here for?
Yeah, it's been a handful of years since I remember the details of it, but I do remember him telling me that he had it all specced out and it was on the bill, and they were like
That's pretty.
one signature away from
Hilarious.
getting it ordered.
Oh. I think
Anyways.
it's it for the news this week.
I
Isn't
think
it?
so, yeah.
Guys, don't forget, of course, to go to TitanFuelTanks.com. I was checking out some other stuff recently. If you guys have a tow pig, especially if you have a newer model OEM vehicle, you can get extended fuel tanks, especially for those diesel tow pigs. I know they just came out, I think just this week, with the Super Duty, the 2017. They've got a 55-gallon tank for that.
Huge.
That's a big tank.
That's quite an intricate tank too. Did you look at like a picture of it?
Yeah,
It's-
like up and down.
I mean, they've put some work into making that tank fit.
But the cool
It's
thing
impressive.
is, some of those extended fuel tanks on those trucks can take them over 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
That's
There's
a lot of
100%
driving.
chance I would have to pee like 6 times over the course of that.
You
but-
need a tank for your pee.
right? Yeah,
You need a bathroom tank.
you need a bathroom in your Super Duty.
That's what they should have done on April Fools. They should have came out with a Titan P tank. Sorry, Titan. We're late to the party. We should have brought this up like a month ago.
Actually, that would have been really.
That would've been
would've
perfect.
That would've been
fun- That would have
great.
been a great idea, especially after like the there was the wood exhaust and
Yeah, all those-
no, the access port vape pen was the best one by far. Did you see that?
I don't think I saw
did,
that
yeah.
one.
Dude with a Subaru, like a 2016 Subaru,
Yep.
and he had an access port, but they had put like vape accessories on the end of it, and he took a draw out of it and was blowing smoke. I was like, yes, take
That's
that,
great.
Subaru customers.
I liked the APR wood catback.
Yeah.
And the S4 snorkel from 035.
I'm not sure
034,
everybody caught
whatever it
on
is.
to the snorkel at first. I think
Like-
it was real early to the game on
Yeah.
April Fool's Day, and people
Yeah.
were like, wait a second, is this for real? Like, are you guys crazy?
Or the El Camino Corvette that Callaway did.
Except for the part that you liked it.
I did like it.
People would buy it.
Sweet. People would buy that, Robbie. Are you kidding me?
Dude, people are buying the
I don't
sport
even-
wagon thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Ute conversions are hot. I said it at the beginning of the year.
The 80s come back around.
Yeah,
It's kind of an
weird.
80s thing. Little pickups.
My dad just this week sent me a link to like an early 60s, I think it was, don't quote me on this, like Grand Prix Pontiac that
Yeah, yeah.
someone had El Camino'd
Oh yeah.
and done very well with it. And my dad being the Pontiac nut and the weird car nut, and he's always had a strange thing for El Caminos. You know, he's like, this is great, right?
is
It's
it.
on racing junk. And my mom is like, just go buy it. Just I don't
She's given up.
just
I don't-
go buy it.
I
Whatever.
don't want to hear anymore. Just do. Just do it. So anyway, if you have a late model pickup truck, check out some of their extended fuel tanks, especially if you're doing a lot of towing. You know what I mean?
Long
You're really
hauling.
really chewing through gas.
Yep.
That's a really good solution.
Gearing up for grid life.
Yes, actually that'd be great because I'm sure we're going to stop about 57 times to get gas on the way to Grid Life.
Yeah.
So check that out, TitanFuelTanks.com. Is there anything else we want to say before we wrap up this episode?
Go buy a shirt.
Tank.
Go leave a review.
Yep.
Go subscribe to our
YouTube.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I need to buy a tank from the...
I know. I need to make an order real soon.
Yeah, I thought you made an order.
Yeah, but I need to order more.
Order more stuff.
Yep.
Definitely. It's car show season.
You guys
And
should
what do
get
you
a
need?
group order with all your friends. Save yourself on some shipping.
That's
there.
right.
Yeah, if you could do that, it's going to make that shipping a bit cheaper, especially for our Canadian friends. So I think that's it. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Fucking kids. Hipsters.
Are you mad about something or?
Nah, just stupid hipsters.
Their fixed gear bicycles and their Volvo station wagons.
Fucking mustaches.